We are live. What's happening, people? Another edition of ThursDIAZ. It's a special version for you today because it's a packed house. And as always, appreciate everybody who watches, supports. And look, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I look at the comments and I see that people already at 7:58 telling me, oh, they're late. No. So on purpose, I started the show late today. As always, thank you guys so much. It's a special edition of ThursDIAZ. No topic today. We're just going to go Q&A. This is the show for you, the fans. And as always, I like to say shout outs to you, the fans. Everybody's taking care of me. If you notice today, I am wearing a shirt from Shore High School, home of the Spartans. I talked to their athletic director, Gino, the other day. We had lunch. And because that's the school where our guest sends his kid, Razo is going to show up today. It is ThursDIAZ. There's Razo. Coach is here. Roberto's here. There are 4 people involved on the show today, so it's going to be a fun one for everybody. So Razo, we played golf today. We had a good time. I've taken 2 showers. You're still in the same clothes, Razo.
Good. I had an open house today. I had things to do, homie. I finished. I got to play, but then I got to pay, and I got to work. So, I came home, and I got to take care of some business, and I'm here for you.
All right. You're all excited. And Roberto Diaz is in the corner. He's in a secret location right now. Hopefully his internet stays with us the entire time. If it doesn't, then that's why we have Razo. Razo is a swing bout / replacement fight / whatever you need. But normally, guys like that, Roberto, the swing bouts, they always try to become a main event, don't they? How are you doing, Roby?
He's a pinch hitter that won't get that fourth spot. He's the pinch hitter there.
But the pinch hitter comes in sometimes and hits that home run.
Ya viene bravo, Razo, ya viene. Roberto, how you doing? Oh, see, I think he's frozen already. Uh-oh, see, Razo, the IT already met him up. But at least Roberto's frozen and he's smiling. Let me take a picture of that. He looks good, too.
There
he is. All right. Roberto, how are you doing? Uh-oh. A little frozen.
Backed up. I think it's a little backed up because I don't see Beto's lips moving when he's talking to me.
Yeah, we didn't see you moving at all. You were frozen. All right, so we're going to get... So, Robbie, one more time. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. I took a little escape. I'm out here in Vallarta. Beautiful weather, great friends, good food, good drinks, and just relaxing the last few days before we get busy again.
Oh, we're going to get busy. Oh, we might have to talk about that. Razo, a trabajar.
I'm ready, Jefe.
Razo hasn't seen his boss. When was the last time you saw Roberto in person, Razo?
Let's take it back. Probably a month. Maybe more, Robbie. Probably around, maybe a little more.
Okay, we'll get there.
But it's okay. I let him go on vacation. No problem. I handle it.
Yeah, he's frozen right now, so you can say whatever you want, Razo. And of course, the coach, Joel Diaz. Coach, how are you doing? How's the gym coming along?
Everything's going good. I think the hardest part is already over. Permits and inspections and all that stuff is already passed. Once we got the structure engineer come over and check the building and just told me the requirements, now everything is gonna go. It's gonna flow. Now everything's good.
We're gonna go. We're gonna flow, and you see the comments coming in through. Gino Torres watching. Terry's watching. We love Terry. All right, everybody else. Leonis Palas, Marco Favela. We're gonna get going. So you hear the updates of what's going on. People are checking in. As always, saludos to you, Roberto. What fancy drink do you have in Vallarta?
I have a little bit of Spanish wine that we picked up tonight for dinner, and es un buen vino español.
Joel?
Hey, my favorite beer.
Los X for Joel. Razo, what do you got?
Ahorita no tengo nada, amigo.
Come on, Razo.
Good. I'll get something right now. We'll get something coming up right now. I got the fridge right here. Like I said, I'm in my son's garage, man cave, but we have a fridge in here.
Well, then go get a drink, Razo.
Yeah, just I gotta make sure I'm here for the introductions, brother. You know.
Razo, the whole
can't miss out that.
You wanted to make sure he was.
Dude, I could roll.
Go. Get out of here. Go roll over there, Razo. Go over there. Go. Jesus Rosas, what's happening? Everybody loves Razo. See, but this is why we mess with Razo, because he's been asking to come on the show, right? Today we're playing golf. Hey, am I going to be on? I was like, we'll figure out a way, Razo. I'll let you know at 6 o'clock, right? And then what happens? He makes his own video. He has his own promo. He has he had time to go find a dancing guy, and then he needs no beer.
Ready, bro. I'm ready right here.
Okay.
Look, there he is.
Okay, all right.
Today estamos representando Estrella Jalisco. Piña mi enchilada.
Commercial, huh?
Pero I need my Chicano golf koozie thingy.
There it is. And I got some wine. I got a little red wine, a little red blend. So cheers to everybody. Jessica Rosales, Jesus the comedian watching us right now. Cheers to everybody. Happy ThursDIAZ. All right. Oh, see, Roberto's frozen again.
Beto got frozen for me.
No, you're frozen for us. All right. See, Roberto.
Oh. Am I?
Yeah, now you're good. All right, all right, so here it is. So today's question is just going to be your questions coming through with us. Hopefully Roberto's, I don't know. I think we might have to try not to have too many questions for Roberto. So if you're listening on iTunes, appreciate you. Make sure you rate, review, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Coach, I know you don't have any fights coming up right now, correct?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I just
we lost him.
Well, the thing is that I was just told by Beck's manager that he's back. Beck is back, and if I'm not mistaken, Golden Boy's back on the 30th, October. So I think that's our next event.
All right. So the 30th. I think Roberto's trying to join us again.
There he is.
There. Oh, this is gonna be fun tonight. Let's keep, for those of you guys playing at home, let's keep track of how many times Roberto's connection gets lost. There you go. So we got one so far. Two, because I want to hear some Bobby questions.
For your giveaway, whoever gets it correct.
The correct is I'm gonna have her here.
Well, we need someone to keep track because we're gonna lose out here.
Jeanette Gonzalez watching us. How you doing, Jeanette? Well, let's get going. All right. So if you have questions, go ahead and line them up. Good ones.
Again, remember last week, Razo was trying to sabotage my plan.
I can do it again.
Oh, yeah. All right.
The thing today, Roberto, is that I want you to be on. I want to see you. I want to hear you. I haven't seen you. I heard you. Loud and clear on the phone sometimes.
Ese es amor del bueno.
Ese es el bueno.
And I'm showing the video of Razo golfing today that you can go and check out on the Instagram. Coach, Razo likes to swim. He hit the ball into the water like nobody else today. He was really, really good.
Pero, Coach Roberto, check this out, brother. Le pegué en el agua, but it bounced like 3 times.
I can't hear you, Razo.
And it popped out. I was still good.
Hey, Beto, that's what happened the other day. The day Antonio and Junior played, and his son were out there, and then we're in the last hole, and then that thing curves, and there's a lake. And I think it was Junior. Junior hit the ball, and I saw it. Remember, I got one eye, but it's better than 2. I'm telling you. And they thought that the ball was in the water, but I saw it go like on the water, like, and then it went over the grass, and it sort of rolled down a little bit, but it never fell in the water. So when everybody's looking for their ball, Junior's like, "Oh, mine's in the water." I go, "No, it's not. I saw it." He goes, "No, it's in the water." I go, "Let's go." I just saw it like, and then it went over the grass, it rolled down, and it was right there. I told you, dude. Tengo un ojo de águila is right there.
That's funny because that's the same thing that happened to Beto.
Yeah.
And the same hole that I hit in the water, the water must have been hard or something because Beto skipped out of the water too. And he's like, no. So he hits another one. That one took a hard right, almost hit somebody on the other fairway.
Hey.
But no, come on, bro.
And if you guys want, make sure you go and check out my YouTube, the one you're on right now. There's a playlist called Golf Foo send it. We're putting it. Golf food, send it is the playlist. And Curtis Go, our lawyer, is checking in. Vamos a la playa. Yes, I was in the playa a lot. We have a lot of fun. But the first video we posted was with myself, Razo, Bobby Diaz. I don't know if you know him, Roberto. Bobby D. You might have heard of this kid. And Jesus the comedian. And we did Gangster golf. So go and check that out there. So we did the Gangster golf. But Coach, you're right though. Now there's like a little bit of people saying, hey, you guys make it look fun. You guys aren't uptight. You're not George Lopez. You guys are people that we want to hang out with. So we want to go. Like, Mario Lopez and George Lopez can go to the country club. The Diaz's, we are here for the people.
Yeah,
here for the people. Right?
Of course. It's a different type of golf. Hey, we go to a golf course and we play gangster golf. We're not, I mean, come on, we don't have a tie or, hey, we do gangster. Like, we're from the hood, huh, Razo?
Dude, I was literally playing gangster golf on that when did we play, Beto? Wednesday or?
We're from the hood.
No, ¿sabes por qué? Porque me dicen, hey, let's go play golf. I'm like, dude, I can't. Terry has my clubs. She has everything.
Oh, on Wednesday, yeah.
So I don't have anything. But then my son was like, Dad, I have my clubs in the garage, right? And I was like, oh, yeah. That was when he was like 6, bro. So the clubs are chiquitos. And I'm like, dude, and for some reason I have like an old set of clubs. They're so old that they're Golfsmith. Golfsmith's not even around anymore.
Yeah.
But you know what club me llevé? El 7-iron. I played with the 7-iron, baby.
How is it, Razo?
I was smoking
you. Dude.
Hey, you guys keep talking. I gotta go take care of something.
I was
hey,
smoking.
Razo, when I was introduced to golf, the first club I got was the 7-iron. And from there, I'm on Happy Gilmore with that one, dude. I'm telling you.
No, but you know what? Like, it is true, though, because obviously the way the golf clubs are.
Yeah.
The 7, because right now I can't even hit my pitching. Like, I can't, my sandwich no lo estoy pegando bien. So I'm near, like, inside 100 yards. Yo le pego with the 7, and I roll my way up to the green. And I did that today a couple times.
Sometimes we get to the spot, and then Toño looks at the sign, right? And it says 176 yards or 196 yards. And they get their clubs, right? They get the big ones. What are they called? The
wood. They get a wood or something.
They get a wood, like a 1 or whatever. And then they're like,
speaking of wood, Beto hit a lot of wood today.
Hey, I hit all the trees. All the trees, I got them.
They're always talking, oh, let me get this one. I'm going to get the wood. And then I just look at them and I'll get my 7. And they're like, oh, no, you need a bigger one because the yards. I go, I don't give a shit. Where do you want it? And they're like, well, and Mocos, boom, hey, guys close to the green. Actually, hey, my ball lands closer to there than theirs with the 7-iron.
Well, the thing, like today I felt like I was playing with the woodpecker. So, you know how the woodpecker so on the wood? Like, Beto was hitting the ball and it was bouncing off the trees. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. I'm like, damn, this woodpecker keeps following us. But that was Beto.
Hey, I hit the trees on purpose, Coach, because, it's fire season. So you got to shake off some of those bad leaves. That way you don't have a fire. I'm thinking of the environment here. That's what I'm thinking about, too. But yeah, so it was fun today. We played the other night. And shout out to Ernie Gabion from Everlast. He showed up. Oh, Roberto's back. Oh, how many is that? I think that's 3. All right. So, but Coach, the other night we played at Pico Rivera, and it was cool. We went. Razo had 3 clubs. Jesus the comedian had muchacho. He brought the whole bag. Coach, you'll love this kid. Jessica Rosales' boyfriend. He doesn't have a strap on the bag. He's just brand new. He's carrying it.
We're like, dude, you gotta get a carrito. Dude, I got it. I'm like, all right.
He's carrying the bag the entire.
Hey, you know what? They're learning the hard way.
But they're learning, man.
So I'm gonna tell them
so that's good.
Minutes and then I'm off.
Yeah, Roberto,
you guys see me? No.
Yeah, we can hear you, Roberto. Don't worry, ThursDIAZ off the chain.
Good.
I already win and found my.
Dark over here, but the signal's better.
Yeah, it's all right. Curtis Go, our lawyer, says because he plays with us. Curtis, by the way, you got to get Coach paperwork for his gym.
Right there, Roberto. That looks
It's gangster golf that
Candlelight.
Yeah, it's so gangster that the white people won't even talk to them on the course. It's true. That's why we bring Curtis. We're safe, Coach. We're safe. We're good to go.
Oh, good. You got some backup.
There you go. All right, here we go. We are good. Everybody's here. Roberto, you look good too. You got the cigar going.
See, now you got better signal. Now you're not
Better signal. You got the Wi-Fi that Chapo had.
Candlelight.
Yeah, you got that special Chapo Wi-Fi. All right, let's get going. Now ThursDIAZ is starting. We're 17 minutes in. Saludos to Hexar and everybody else that's going along.
Connection lost.
Oh, no.
you're good.
Roberto, you just talk, bro. Don't worry about it.
See you. You're good.
Carla.
No.
IT. Oh, it's because he's delayed.
Oh, you know what?
Delayed, or he's delayed a little bit. So.
Hey, for once, it's not my fault.
Oh, back on.
Oh, you're back on?
Chapo Wi-Fi. No, this is Caro Quintero.
Carlos Quintero Wi-Fi.
Roberto, tell that story. You're really at that,
Caro Wi-Fi.
right? Roberto, you're at the house that they use in Narcos. Oh,
It's over here if you're looking for it.
yeah, I think Roberto.
Oh, Joel has your hotspot.
Yo,
Oh,
everybody.
No. Not the hotspot. It is.
It's over here if needed.
Yeah.
No.
I promise you, eventually we're gonna get to the show, and I know if you're laughing with us, it's for you for the entertainment. Like Jeanette Gonzalez, our good friend from Thompson, said she drove to Vegas and she listened to last week's show and was just entertained because we're just platica. It's like we're just talking, get going. So here we go. Like I said, eventually we're gonna get to the show. But I need another drink.
Jeanette is a tequila drinker, so she likes tequila.
I will take care of Jeanette. She's awesome.
Say hello to Jeanette. See you soon out there in the show.
Yeah, November 1st, Thompson Boxing will have a show in Ontario, or Corona, so we'll see you there. All right, let's get going. Questions do we have? I know I saw one question. Will we have any ThursDIAZ shirt? I don't know. Do you guys really? I mean, we have like 3 people, but I don't know. Maybe I can, first we need a logo. Hexar, why don't you make us a logo? Figure out what we're doing, and maybe we'll do some ThursDIAZ shirts. But we also got to have a ThursDIAZ in the front, but then on the back it's got to be a Razo. Because remember, Razo.
ThursDIAZ point 2.0.
Or ThursDIAZ in the front and send it on the back.
Hey! There it is. Of course, shout out from Viveros Boxing Gym in Dallas, Texas. Paula's saying saludos, coach, to you. All right.
Saludos to Viveros Boxing team and everybody, all the team in Dallas.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody.
All right. Alan Zamora, pretty cool. I saw your DM. There you go. All right, Roberto, can you hear us?
I do. Sorry, I'm now on a hotspot. Talia let me borrow her hotspot, so we should be good to go now.
All right, so you're with Talia the singer. Okay, she's giving you a hotspot. Here we go.
Talia the singer's here.
Carlos Quintero's house. Carlos Quintero's house. Talia's hotspot. Damn, you're Roberto. You're in good hands.
All right. Robbie, are you serious? Okay, tell the people the story. You're at which house right now in Vallarta?
The house se llama Hacienda Palo Maria, but it's the house that they filmed one of the episodes on Narcos Mexico, and it's where they arrested Caro Quintero when they all came in and ambushed him. The living room where he was dancing, they break through the glass, is to my right. The balcony, which was one of the best scenes, is back here right above me. It's one of the best scenes. Caro Quintero.
One of the best scenes.
Yeah, it's one of the best scenes. Yeah.
Exactly. It's right above me. Beautiful house, beautiful service. We just finished dinner and it's right on the ocean. So it's just a real nice setting.
Obviously, it's the most interesting man in the world is Roberto Diaz because, while Razo is hanging out with me at the golf course, Roberto is hanging out at Caro Quintero's house on Narcos Mexico. So there it is. All right, here we go. Questions time. We're legit going to look at your questions. If you have them, get going with the boxing as we move on in. Joel Diaz, Razo. Roberto Diaz, and I think the connection is better, so we'll get going. As always, thank you so much. Make sure you like, review, hit the like button on YouTube, subscribe, and tell some people, because I listen to a lot of different podcasts because I drive a lot, And some of the stuff that you hear out there in the box world, really good stuff. But they're giving you hardcore breakdowns of the sport, of what's going on. We don't do that. Like, we all have opinions, but why get into it? It's the stories that are so good on the show, and it feels like you're listening to your tíos in the backyard and all that other stuff. Salem Urbina wants to know, where's the tequila? Salem, the tequila's on a break, girl. So my cousin, who lives in Oakland, watches ThursDIAZ on Mondays. And last week's episode, he said, Beto, and he says this in the group chat with my brother Gabriel, what happened in this last episode? I can't find it. He's like, what are you apologizing for? I thought I had watched all of them. I was like, no, Primo, there's one that's just missing. And it's, I finally sent him the link. I also sent it to Hexar. And I just got the responses of, wow, 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 never seen you like that. That's why you're never going to see the light of day. So you never know what you're going to see. You got to watch it live. All right, this one comes in from Alan Zamora. Coach Joel Diaz, favorite story with Lee Espinoza. First, tell the people who Lee Espinoza is and a good story with him.
Oh, Lee Espinoza always has good stories. Oh, Lee Espinoza is a character. Actually, we were talking.
Who is he? Who is he? For the people who don't know.
Lee Espinoza is the person who started us brothers, Diaz brothers, boxing. When I discovered the Coachella Boxing Club on 6th Street, I think I was 11 or 12 years old. And then Lee Espinoza he's been the trainer for a lot of fighters here in the Coachella Valley. He had Pancho Segura back in the day, Eddie Hernandez, a lot of fighters that grew up here in Coachella. And Lee Espinoza has always been a funny guy. You know, he's a very smart man. But stories with Lee Espinoza, I mean, Antonio says those stories better than I do, but I know there's one. I mean, today we were just actually talking about it in the gym, and some guy was telling me, hey, when you're giving me instructions, can you please be more specific? I said, no, wait. It's not about being more specific. You need to be with me longer so you can get to know me. He goes, there's trainers out there, because I hear a lot of trainers, they're like 4-5-3, 2-3-4, and I mean, you know who they're telling you, right? You grew up with them as a trainer, you know what they're telling you, right? When you're in that ring and he's in the corner, he's telling you, okay, 6-4-5, you already know what combination that is. And I'll get lost, honestly. I mean, I gotta figure out. I know the jab is a 1, the straight right is a 2, hook is a 3. But when you got like, give me a 7-5-4, like, wow, you're confusing me here. He goes, yeah. I go, look, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people used to criticize Lee Espinoza because Lee Espinoza would always, he'd be in the corner and be, hey, come on, ping, ping, pow. Like, you know, and people. And
he had sound effects?
Yeah, but you know what? But we knew what he meant. We grew up with the man. You know, Lee Espinoza, if he's in the corner, he would be telling you, come on. We know there was like move side to side, you know, that's tell you, ping, pow, that means jab, right. you know, I mean, we knew what he was saying. And Lee Espinoza was like, really, I mean, because it's like, you hear it every day. And you already have it, and you're programmed to it. When you're in a fight and he's like, come on, ping, volao. And you know, there's a jab, and a volao, you know? He's like, yeah, overhand right. Hey, come on, jab, you know, ping, pow, you know, like, you already know. And those are some funny stories from Lee Espinoza, because now I think I'm like, wow, you know, you adapt to that. It's like, once you constantly listen to a language, eventually you're going to pick it up and you're going to know. You know, but Lee Espinoza was a really funny guy. He would go to a place and he would tell you a story like, oh, when we were going to Puerto Rico, we were on that on the airplane. Yeah, and then, you know, when we land, and then you got all those guys like, you know, taking pictures. And then,
I mean, that's the most animated storytelling. That's amazing. Think of it for a minute. Picture it.
Yeah,
and that's funny, but he's animating what he's telling you.
Yeah, he's telling you what exactly is happening. He's like, oh, as soon as we take off, he's like, you know, we're on the, and then when we land, we get all those, you know, he's all the camera, the photographers and stuff, you know? And then we would, I remember when Antonio fought Mosley in Madison Square Garden, we're flying. Lee doesn't like flying. Lee doesn't like flying. So
He doesn't like
he doesn't like flying. So I remember we flew from here to Denver, and in Denver at the airport, they have those vans where you either walk or just get on the van, and there's one after another. And Lee took his pill a little later than usual. So by the time we got to Denver, he was in the effect of the pill because he takes those relaxers, and you see Lee on the van just going side to side in the airport. And sometimes he will take the pill, and that pill will kick in, and he will be asleep. He will be asleep in the seat, and then the flight attendant will walk by, and he'll be like this. He'll be asleep, and he'll go like this, like peanuts. So the lady will bring him peanuts, and Lee will be like this, and he'll be eating peanuts while he'll like sleeping, but he's just relaxed. But yeah, Lee had a lot of funny stories, man. Lee was always a character, great guy, man, great. I mean, I always say thanks to that man. We are here because he was the one that basically discovered us, and we discovered him. Us coming into the gym for the first time, and we're just trying to box. I tried to box, and then by me trying to compete, I was scared of my dad. Asking my dad, hey, can I go to, and my dad was like, no. Ponte a juntar la yarda, ve limpia la basura, no andes perdiendo tu tiempo. Like, so I will go back and tell Lee, hey, Lee, my dad won't let me go. You go talk to him. And then Lee will drive to the house, and he will go and tell my dad, no, mira, que vamos a ir a pelear, y tus chavalos son buenos, y esto. And then my dad like, okay, sí, está bien, no, está bien. And as soon as Lee will leave, my dad goes, no, ni madre. Like, yeah. But then Lee will come. Hey, this is one story that Lee always remembers. One day he pulls up in front of the house to ask for permission for us to go to a show, and I think it was Antonio and Julio. They were fighting in the front yard, but really fighting, going at it. And then I don't know who was on the bottom. I think Julio was on the bottom, and Antonio was kicking him, boom, punch, kicking him on the stomach, on the head. And then Lee goes, look, Mr. Diaz, I mean, don't you rather have them go in the ring and box with gloves than that? He goes, look, they're killing each other right there on the floor in the front yard. Why don't you just let them go to the gym and, let them learn how to box, instead of them just killing each other. But, yeah, there was a lot of fun stories with Lee Espinoza, man.
Hey, Coach, I just got, somebody sent this message, said Lee would say, run with the right.
I don't remember that one. I remember run with, Lee was very famous by his ping, ping, pow, pow.
Oh, okay.
Bolao, bolao. And then the bolao. I don't know about run with the right, but I don't recall that one. But the most common were always like, hey, ping, ping, pow, pow, whoosh, whoosh, bolao. But like I said, that was his way of expressing himself, and we already knew, like he's doing this like ping, 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 pow, but.
Yeah, Alan Zamora has this comment. Lee was the emergency contact for boxers at school. He's the guy you put down in the emergency contact for the tournament. So
always.
Good. That's a good one. Anytime we have a fight in Coachella, I always make sure to go say hi to him because the stories that you've told me in the past and just like where it's going. It's those are the unsung heroes that it's not about getting a guy to a world title. It's about getting a kid on the right path and like going to your dad's house, as your dad said, ni madre, but still doing that stuff. It's there's so many guys like that around the country, around the world, that just make a huge impact, and you'll remember them forever. All right, Roberto, I'm gonna start this one with you.
Let me say something real quick about Lee Espinoza. Lee Espinoza is one of those persons that he's very consistent. He gets what he wants based on his dedication and effort. I'm telling you because I saw him. Lee Espinoza, if he wanted to take the team of kids he had to a tournament, either to Utah, Vegas, whatever, and there was no funds, Lee Espinoza would go buy a VCR at a near Kmart or whatever, and then he would make a raffle with a VCR. But this is Lee. Lee was so persistent all the time, and he always did it. He would buy a VCR, regardless if he paid $60 or $80, and he will make, I don't know, maybe 50, I don't know, 50 or whatever, 100 tickets of $10. And he would go up to you and say, hey, we're selling tickets for a raffle, for VCR. He goes, here, buy me some. He won't tell you want to. He say, hey, buy me 2, buy me 3. And you would buy them from him. And then look, and he will go like this. He will tell you, "Oh, Lee, but I don't have money today. Tomorrow." He goes, "Okay, tomorrow what time?" 9 o'clock. He'll be there at 8:55 already knocking on your door. Because you told me at 9, I'm here. That's the reason why that Coachella Boxing Club is such a big building. Lee Espinoza, based on his determination and effort, he will go knock on the door. If he needed something to be done at the gym, and if he needed to raise money, he'll go and look for sponsors. And he'll go and knock on somebody's door and say, "Sir, you know what, I'm Lee Espinoza. I run the Coachella Boxing Club, and we would like to get a sponsorship." And they will tell him, "Oh, well, can you come tomorrow at 9? "Yes, sir." He will leave tomorrow at 8:55. He's knocking on the door. Like, "Hey, you told me to be here at 9. I'm here." And he will be. And if he tells you, and if he will tell him, "Can you come back later?" He'll come back later, but he will be there until he gets what he wants. Lee Espinoza is that type of person. He that's why he has such a great gym, great facility, and he worked really hard for everybody, for the community. He did a lot for the community for many years. He would do boxing shows at Lake Awea. Lake Awea is a lake over there in La Quinta, in the middle of nowhere, outside in the park. He will put a ring, a tent, and he will do boxing shows out there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Where you go?
Coach, I have a question. On Lee. Was his son very, very good?
His son Ruben, two of his sons were boxers. Luis and Ruben. Ruben, as a kid, was, to me, one of the best boxers I've ever seen in the sport of boxing coming up as an amateur. If I'm not mistaken, Ruben beat Oscar. No, Ruben beat Mosley. He beat some of the best fighters at that time as they're coming up. Ruben was so talented that he beat every single fighter out there. If it was Shane Mosley, if it was whoever it was, because he fought Shane Mosley, I don't know, 2-3 times. And he beat Mosley. Ruben was really great. Ruben was a great athlete all around. He played sports, football, soccer. He will make the most goals in a soccer game. Playing football for high school, he hurt. I think he broke his elbow because he will play football and soccer, and he will come to the boxing gym. And he was just an all-around athlete. And when he broke his elbow, I think it was his left elbow. And then after that, went through surgery and stuff like that. And then he wasn't okay. And then he turned pro. I think he fought like 2 or 3 fights as a pro. But Ruben, if it wasn't because of his injury, I think he would have been a great fighter as a pro, a world champion, because he was an elite amateur boxer all around.
That's cool. It's a shout out to Lee. All right, this one comes in from Marco Favela. Roberto, we'll start with you. When was your first time at Madison Square Garden? How did it feel?
Miguel Cotto, I think, fought Austin Trout there.
Oh, wow.
And
a Puerto Rican in New York? Whew.
Yeah, it was late in my career, boxing-wise, to be at Madison Square Garden. But, yes, it was amazing walking in because you've been in big arenas, you've been in big venues, but walking into a venue where you know some of the greatest fighters have ever fought. For me, the first thing that stuck when I walked into the arena was Muhammad Ali fought here.
Yeah.
Wow. In the arena, in the place where Muhammad Ali fought. I can't believe it. And it was just, that was exciting. And then obviously later on, Canelo fought Fielding there. And, I've been there a couple times. But yes, Madison Square Garden is definitely one of those venues that you want to attend one of the big fights as a fan because of the history that goes along with that venue and who's fought.
Coach, for you?
When I went to Madison Square Garden, I was so excited to be there. Like I told you, when Antonio fought Mosley. When Antonio fought Mosley, it's a historical place. Mm-hmm. A place where growing up as a kid, you will see all these fights. And I mean, it was a dream for me to just think about being there. Never in my life I thought, growing up, being from a little town here in Coachella Valley, that I would ever get to see New York. And it's even worse being in Madison Square Garden. When Antonio fought Mosley, it was like we were there, and then we did a little bit of explore. We explored New York a little bit, and then get a little bit of history of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
It's just something that is always going to be unforgettable for us. For me, my brothers, because we were there not only as fans, we participated in an event that will always be in history in Madison Square Garden. That's why after Antonio did what he could against the best fighter pound for pound of that era. I mean, Shane Mosley has just beat Oscar, and then Antonio fights Mosley right after that, and it's like, okay, we're fighting the best fighter of the moment, pound for pound, and Antonio puts everything from his part. He didn't win, but you know what? He did great. I think it was 6 rounds or whatever, and I saw him, put his head down, and he felt emotionally hurt because he didn't finish the fight or whatever. So I still remember, and when he threw the towel over his head, and I saw his expression, I know he had a knot on his throat. So I went up to him in the ring, and I hugged him, and I told him, hey, keep your head up. I go, if you really look at it, man, how many people from the Coachella Valley have made it to Madison Square Garden?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm proud of you, man. I go, hey, keep your head up and walk out of this ring with your face high, man. And, those are great moments to remember from our first time, Madison Square Garden. Now, we come to Madison Square Garden more often, and obviously with much respect, because that is a historical building where great fighters, great champions left their sweat, blood, and tears in that particular building.
Yeah, as Cesar Campos leaves in a comment, great place to watch. Had the opportunity to be there with Ronnie, and it's just, you walk in that building. Razo, you ever been there?
I have.
What happened?
My first experience was with Triple G and Lemieux.
Oh!
And, dude, it was crazy because to me, I know you guys are all talking about boxing, but I was thinking more about the Knicks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But it was crazy because when you walk in, it was kind of like, oh damn, like, dude, I'm in the Garden.
Yeah.
And then I was on the floor, and the Knicks were about to have a game, and the cheerleaders were practicing. So I was like, that's the Knicks cheerleaders. And that to me, because of boxing, because of basketball, was more like, damn, can I go to the locker room? And I got a chance to go into the locker room, and the Rangers was the one where you see like their equipment, where they do they have all their equipment and stuff, and that was crazy. I know Roberto talks about like Muhammad Ali. I really don't know what other big fights were there, but
sports though. The sports is what you get.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And then we went back for the Cotto Saramali fight.
Yeah. See, but Razo, like it's we're talking about the boxing, but it's not just necessarily about the boxing. It's when you walk in, because we're all sports fans, right? And historical. It's el respecto del deporte, right? And you walk into Madison Square Garden, and you just, it doesn't it feel different?
It was crazy. Yeah. It did feel like that. And then, we get to go to obviously it's in the top. It's, like Madison Square Garden's on the top, but we went in through the bottom, and you're like, this is like where the players come in, and this is where, you're taking all these back entrances and stuff like that, and it's, Patrick Ewing, Stars, and Joe Jackson,
So I've never seen a fight there. I've been there twice, and I saw I did Lakers Knicks games twice, and I walked in there. I walked in from the street, and all of a sudden they're like, you walk in the street, and they're like, no, you got to take an elevator. I'm like, wait, how's this arena like? I didn't know, and you're walking in from the street of New York, and like the energy of the coach, you were saying it. You're exploring the city, and you're like, all right, this is cool. I'd been to New York before, but I'd never been there to work. And I walk, I get my credential, and just like you, Razo, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm walking around these halls, nobody's stopping me, I'm cool. I walked into the locker room, and it was the Lakers, it was a visiting locker room, so it was really small. So I had no business being in the Knicks locker room, but I went in there anyways just to see what it looked like. And that's where like Triple G would be. That's where Cotto would be. You're like, oh, okay, this is the Knicks one. All right, cool. But the game I worked was when Linsanity was born. Jeremy Lin went off against the Lakers. So it was crazy just being around there and see what's going on. And like I did the same thing. You walk in, you're like, you look up and you're like, damn, this is cool. I was in there 3 hours before the game started. And because I was in there so early, it was just me and the media. What are you doing here? Why are you here, fool? Get over here. Hold on. We got a guest. We got a guest today. Hold on. All of a sudden, this fool shows up. What's up?
He comes from the gym. Look.
Yeah, he just. Like, say hi to people. You're on ThursDIAZ. No. Speak loud. Use your voice. Use your.
Hello.
No, talk. No, talk.
What do you want me to say?
Say.
Ask me a question.
No, talk. Talk. So that way they can hear your voices change.
I'm a 6-foot shooting guard.
You're not 6 foot, fool. You are not. Hold on. Get over here. You are not 6 foot.
You're 6 foot.
Exactly.
There, brother.
Nah, he ain't here.
Almost there.
What are you doing here?
Huh? I want pozole.
All right. Well, say bye to. Look, there's Coach Roberto, Coach Diaz, Roberto, Razo's in.
What are you saying? He wants pozole?
Yeah, my mom made him pozole. He just came from basketball practice. All right, well, nice seeing you, kid. Thanks for letting me know you're coming over. Jeez. So this is like Bobby's gone, Junior's gone, Joel's gone. Like now I'm here. See? All right, cool. But anyways, before I was really interrupted by my kid.
Hey, so I got a joke for you guys.
Dile.
Not a joke, but not a joke. It's something that happened. I don't know if Joelito told you, but it was so funny last night. I'm having dinner, and then after I'm reading some tweets, and Joelito put something like, "It's so cool to see toddler shoes" or something like that. He tweeted, and I said, "So who looks at toddler shoes, right? Outside of Joelito, who's a shoe collector, probably saw the funny shoes, and I put." Oh my God! Congratulations, Joelito! You're gonna be a father.
Oh!
Like, no.
My dad doesn't know.
No. Not
But
yet.
he was
Not
like,
yet.
Not
yet.
But it was like funny because I knew, not yet, I knew that he was looking at shoes and probably thought, man, these are so cool because they're tiny. But I took it like, okay, who looks at toddler shoes? Somebody that's going to be a father soon. So I put, congratulations. Oh, no.
Ya ve?
No.
Not that Roberto said it. Just tell everybody now.
Not
Come
yet.
on.
By the way,
That knows
congratulations. You're going to be a grandfather.
No, I'm out of here. I'm out.
Abuelito.
Thank you for the info, Roberto.
Oh,
I don't know how the mom's going to take it.
Joel.
Felicidades, coach, dice José.
Jose, no, tranquilo, Jose, no.
Oh my god, man! This show's off the rail today. It's perfect. This is perfect. Oh well, congratulations to Jolito and
Beto, no le busques. It's not true. It was just a joke.
No me hagas sudar, dice.
No me hagas sudar todavía, no, hombre. Espérate. Hey, you know what? Because if it was true, my wife would have already told me because she knows everything before I do. And she's okay right now. I mean, I look at her and when she starts acting a little weird, I go, hey, ven para acá, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué traes? And she told me. But she's okay right now. She's been cool.
oh man! All right, any other questions? Keep it coming as we are going the Q&A with Roberto Diaz, who's in Vallarta, Joe Diaz in Coachella, Razo, of course, in East LA because that's where he's from. I'm in the garage in Carson trying to figure out how first of all, how did my kid get pozole? Because I asked my mom si hay de comer. She said no había nada. Like, podcast kids.
That's what happens. Look, like there was times in which my wife is making pozole and like, what are you making pozole? Oh, because Joel wants some. Oh, you make especially for him. When he's over there in LA and I don't see him for 2 weeks and all of a sudden I see her making pozole and I go, Joel's coming. That's how it works.
I've had some of that. He took it to work too.
That's how it works.
I like pozole, so I had some of that pozole.
All right, Razo and his fans. Everybody's coming. What do you have, Coach? What is that?
1942.
Ah, for your daughter. Oh, happy birthday too, Celeste.
Birthday, Celeste.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
This was a present. This was a present from Joel to Celeste, but look.
That's beautiful.
Wow, really
Look.
nice.
I mean,
1942.
1942 for 21st birthday. Mira.
That is awesome.
See, Joelito passed arts and crafts. And
No, he paid to do it. He didn't do it himself.
I thought he was. Hey, he
no,
could have
no.
called me. I would have told him. And you too. You can learn how to do everything.
yeah.
DIY, put up DIY.
Shout out to our friend James Crunchtime Wilkins watching right now. He says, "What's up, Razo? Crunchtime. Crunchtime. I think you should also be saying hi to Roberto. You know, if you want to get a fight, bro. Just a joke. Just a joke. Just a joke.
Starts from the bottom.
This question.
Yeah.
This question comes from our number one fan, Antonio Diaz. When is Antonio Diaz going to be on ThursDIAZ?
Whenever he's drunk, because that's the only way we understand him.
Pobre Toño. Pobre Toño.
Pobre Toño. So Toño has to be drunk. Coach, you said Toño can figure out how to get the program running. He knows how to figure it out.
Hell yeah. Antonio's
The
Mexican.
ticket,
He'll
the ticket.
hotwire it for you.
Okay. Next Thursday, do we include Toño?
Bring
Let's
him
give him a chance.
in. Bring him in.
Yeah?
Bring him in. I keep telling you too.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though. He's not going to let you talk. Because if you're talking, he'll jump over you and he'll talk louder than you. So, remember, there's no
That's
longer
right.
Beto Duran. Beto Duran is no longer the host. Antonio's going to take over and he's going to be working.
There we got a problem right there, bro. 'Cause
I'm
you got to
done.
put in time, brother, because I've been trying to put in some time here.
Exactly. Hey, Razo, that's what I mean. I'm just telling you, we can bring in Toño, but Toño, after he has 3 beers, he's going to say, fuck you, Beto. Fuck you, like that one. I'm talking-
Perfect.
We're gonna have
Perfect.
Remember the show like 3 weeks ago?
I
Remember,
that.
Beto?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, well,
No,
Antonio will not
I don't remember.
Okay, Antonio will not remember on Friday, but he'll be like, you, like, believe me, I know him.
Here we go. Here's a question. A real question.
He'll be like Eddie Murphy. Fuck you, fuck you. Who's next?
Not you. Hey, he comes to the gym. And he goes, fuck you.
Oh, here,
Not you fool.
Yeah.
No, you're cool.
here it is. If we don't have Toño next week, we're all going to boycott. All right, so Toño, we'll get you on next week. We got to get a graphic made. That way you can promote it. That way you can be all happy about it. And a special Toño graphic. So next week, Toño's going to be on. So we're going to give Toño 10 minutes. If he doesn't bring it, if he's not strong, we're throwing in the towel, and then we're moving on without him.
Hey,
Beto,
we're gonna
on my
check,
time,
hey,
my
no,
time.
hold on. We're gonna check the numbers. I'll be the guy that checks, the statistician, brother. When Antonio's gonna come on at a certain time,
It's over.
check those numbers, see if they go up. If they don't go up, Toño.
Beto, I'm gonna tell you a story. One time, Mark, we were at a boxing tournament, and I know Toño, that way he is, right? And then Antonio was wrapping this guy's hands, and I think it was Marcos Caballero, Randy's father. Antonio's wrapping this kid's hand, and then Marcos comes around with his scissors because he was wrapping a kid too, and he comes and he puts a little nibble on Antonio's shirt, like right here on the sleeve, like a little bit, boom. So I look at Marcos and I go, "Hey Marcos, you don't know what you just did." He goes, "No." I go, "No, my head." I go, "You just created a problem." Nah. So he leaves. 5 minutes later, he comes back with no sleeve on his shirt. Antonio cut his whole sleeve off. I go, "I told you." And I'm telling you, hey, Antonio's like this. You mess with him, playing, he'll like throw you on the floor, he'll kick you, and then he'll be like, no aguantas nada. One day we went to a show, and he's wrapping a kid outdoors, and it's hot. So I have a bottle of water, so I go like, "Hey, Toño, it's hot." So I get the bottle of water, and I get a little water on my hand, and I put it on his head, because the sun's hitting him on the head. And he looks at me like this. So later on, it's time for me to rap. And then he comes around, and he pours a whole bottle of water on my head. He goes, "Hey, pa que no te..." See what I'm saying? How we doing?
Oh, he's that guy. He's that guy.
He's that guy. That,
Oh.
hey, this weekend, one of the guys comes in and goes, "Hey, coach, it was my birthday. Can we do something? Can we grill?" I go, "Yeah." He brings on, and Antonio's always been the guy where, you know Chuito? Chuito, Razo?
Yeah.
When he was 1 year old, that time of the cake, that's what nobody wants Toño around birthday party. Because Antonio, like the kid where, "Bye, Deb," Antonio sneaks up and he'll go like, "Blah."
Oh.
He got the kid when he was 1 year old. The kid couldn't breathe. He got cake in his nose and mouth. I had to throw him in the pool and wash his face because he couldn't breathe. One day, his own son had a birthday party at the park, and you know those benches at the park, right? Son de fierro, and then they got like the grill, and he goes so hard to his son, on the cake, that he had that mark on the bench on the forehead. So this weekend, we were okay. Alec is the manager that was Russian, So he goes, hey coach, can we grill? Well, yeah. He goes, I'll buy you everything. Okay, he went over. So we got him a little cake. It was his birthday. And when it was time for the cake, Beto, Antonio comes around and the guy like this, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Antonio got him with the cake. I go, I'm telling you, it's always Antonio. So if you want to have him on the show, let's have him on the show. But you're no longer the host of the show.
Toño.
Okay, do we have Toño? That means we have to get rid of Razo.
That's good. I'm a team player. I'm good.
No.
I'm good.
Oh, man.
Antonio can tell you. Antonio can tell you stories about Lee Espinoza that you will laugh.
Well, it's gonna be all good because next Thursday the Rams play. I won't be.
The Rams lose.
I'm kidding. No, they're not gonna lose, cabrón. Come on, 2-0, baby.
All right.
Who have they played so far? Nobody.
Ande.
Here we go again.
Ande.
Well, it feels good to be 2-0, huh?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Sorry, boss.
The Niners are doing good too. The Niners are doing all right.
Hey, Packers are what? 0-2?
No, 2-0, sir.
También?
Let's make a correction right here.
Oh my God, they're 2-0 too. So the only one here is 1-1 is me.
Yes,
Jingo. And we lost half the team already.
Patron,
Yes.
you guys are in trouble.
Look at that.
Most of you guys as players are in the hospital right now. They're dealing with COVID and injuries and stuff.
Yes, done. Woo. All right, so next week, Toño's on. We'll get a graphic for Toño. All right, we got to find a good one in
I
here.
like Tonio be on because he's a 49er.
Oh, that too. There you go.
Yeah,
And Razo, you're on because I can have 5 people on, so don't worry about it. You're not going anywhere.
Good. Actually, now they're gonna talk smack about the Niners. Oh yeah, let's do it.
After we kick off Toño, you're going to be on. All right, here we go. This one comes in from, I don't know the name, but Roberto, we'll start with you. How is it promoting Lucas Matthysse?
Boy.
Razo, save your life.
Beautiful working with him. I mean, Lucas, anybody that met him personally, like everybody here that's met him, very, very humble. Very humble. You didn't see that change from, that 10-round fighter to the world champ or to the world champ level or to the elite level and then change. No, Lucas is the same guy that we met when he first walked in. To this date, I still send messages with him to Argentina, and he sends messages. Great kid, tremendous fighter. We didn't really get to see the best out of Lucas. When he had 2 bad decisions against him, he was more of a technician, a counterpuncher boxer with strong power. When he got the bad decisions, he changed it up and said, I never want to get robbed again, so I'm going to be more aggressive. And he's changed his style later in his career. And funner to watch, of course, because those fights with Provodnikov, Molina, Danny Garcia, those fights were very fun to watch. But we never really got to see how well he mastered the distance. He can get in, land his shots, and step 1 step out, 2 steps out, and was without, outside of the opponent's range. So, but a great kid overall. Just very humble, very down to earth. All his money that he made, you never saw the flash. You never saw all of a sudden a change in look or a change in lifestyle. Same guy, loves to fish, loves to be alone, loves his dogs. He raises dogs. I mean, he's a very unique guy. Very unique guy.
Coach, what was it like training him?
Easy. Let me tell you why. Because when I say easy, it's because he likes to work and he's on point. When I say easy about a fighter, that means that he makes my job easy because I don't have to be yelling at him, always pushing him. He pushes himself. Um, Lucas Matthysse never had problems with his weight. He was always disciplined with his weight. He will come to the gym, and if you tell him to give you 10 rounds of one thing and 5 rounds another, he will do them, and he never complained. Lucas was about work. He always did everything for Argentina, for his family, for his daughter, and he's a great father, a great athlete, great friend, great brother, uncle, because his whole family are very united. You should see how his mom, his sister, his brother-in-law, his nieces, everybody around him, they love him because of the person he is, his personality, the attention. He's a grateful kid. I'm still in touch with him. He sends me messages. I message him back. He is that type of kid that he'll get on his motorcycle and he loves the outdoors. Yeah. That's the reason why he lives in an area where it's away from everything, right by a river, and he loves his dogs. It was one time where we were in Malaysia, I think we were, and I don't remember, but one of his dogs got away, and he was so worried because he had somebody taking care of his dogs, and that really distracted him a little bit because his dogs are like his kids. And he told me, he goes, my dogs, they love me, I love them. At one time, one of his dogs died. And the other dog was really close to him. And he says that when the dog died, he took him out there close to the river and he buried him. And the other dog was really sad for a while. And the dog was in a kennel. He was like in the backyard of his house. And one day the dog got away. And they were worried looking for the dog. And he told me that's when I broke down. When I saw that he got away looking for his partner, his brother. And he says, he went to the river and dug a hole and got him out. And he was right there.
Wow.
Yeah. He goes, dug a hole, got him out because I buried him in a hole. He goes, dug a hole, got him out, and when we found him, he was laying next to him.
No way.
Yeah, I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, when we found him, he was next to the dog that died, and he was just right there laying next to him. When we found him, he was there. He goes, I broke down crying. Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's a story that he told me. I go, really, Lucas? He goes, yeah, coach. He goes, fue y lo sacó del hoyo, y cuando lo encontramos, estaba ahí a un lado de él nomás. Like, really? And one day, asked Lucas about that story, and I'll never forget about that. And he told me that's why I love my dogs, because dogs really care. Right now, if I would show you, my two dogs are right here laying next to me. And I've never, really thought about dogs being the way they are. I have two dogs. Right now, they're right here laying next to me. And if I move, they move with me.
There's a reason why sayings are made. And which better one that applies when it's the dogs is man's best friend.
Yeah.
A dog won't betray you. A dog is it's incredible. I've never heard that story.
No.
It's amazing that a dog missed his partner or his friend is so much that found him, dug him, and pulled him out. That's crazy, but that's a dog.
Wow.
He left the house. He found a way to get out from where he was, and he went and found his friend and dug him out of the hole, and he was right there next to him. And Lucas told me, he goes, Coach, yo te digo la verdad, lloré porque miré cómo estaba ahí con él, a un lado de él. Lo sacó del hoyo. And he was right there next to him. Like,
damn. Like, that's... Yeah. Like, I'm not a dog person. I'm actually scared of dogs. I got bit by a pit bull when I was 10 as a paper boy. So I'm not a dog person at all. No, seriously. I was a paper boy, and then the guys on the street would let their pit bull in the front, and then one day the dog got out, and so I live on the top of a hill, and the dog chased, and he bit the back of my heel. I say bit now, but he really just pierced the skin a little bit. Like, I have a little scar, But I'm scared of dogs still. Like any big dog, I'm still scared of them. Like bulldogs are cool because they don't move. But
See, there's stories.
Roberto, they move. Bulldogs move.
no, those big fat ones, they
Oh
don't
yeah,
move.
yeah. Because you know why Razo's saying they move? I think that's the name of his team, the football team.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons, Roberto. That's a good one. Oh, but the last time, one of the times we were at Joel's house, that bulldog he had, I'm kicking back, all cool. All of a sudden, the dog starts humping my leg. I'm like, hey, remember that, coach? Yeah, I had shorts on and he fucking scratched my leg.
He likes- he likes-
Se agarró bien
At
machín.
least they go after their own bulldogs. Ya ves,
No, they
At least-
don't.
He likes.
Oh.
See, that's the reason why when I see Lucas's stories, you always see his dog. He has his pit bull. If he goes fishing, he has his dogs next to him. If he goes out to the river, he has his dogs with him. Every
Yep.
single one of his posts, he posts dogs because he loves his pit bull. He
He
loves his
loves
dog.
his dog.
Razo, an
I'm not a
anonymous.
big pit bull fan either, Beto.
An anonymous source right now. I'm not gonna say the name, but the
I
name
have a
is
story of-
the name right now is Terry. Says Razo punched a
I
pit
don't tell you
bull.
that story.
Razo punched a pit bull.
I did.
You
I was
punch him.
walking. See, we more had like little dogs, like little Yorkshire Terriers, and I was walking. We were walking the dog, and a pinche pit bull came out.
Razo, how do you walk a Yorkshire Terrier?
They can walk out on.
How are you in East LA? In East LA,
I was fancy.
walking your little Yorkie.
In the purse.
I was fancy.
Teacup.
No, yeah, I was little, but I had the harness that goes like not just the collar, the whole harness thingy. And we're walking, and this fucking dog came out of nowhere, dude. So I just pulled his leash. Y le di un- I did a pow.
No es shoo shoo. Ping ping pow.
Oh, ping, ping, pow.
The shish is for the plane. You went ping ping pow.
Hell, dude.
Oh man, Razo, what happened to the dog? Did he run away?
It did. I don't even remember what happened. I was scared too, but I'm like, God damn. I've never been a fan of pit bulls.
Now back to Lucas Matthysse. Razo, why? You said it earlier. Lucas Matthysse. You said, "Oh, what is it about that guy?"
You know what? I've met him more when as a driver, but I mean, dude, he's always like Coach said, man. He's just a good kid. He was always, respectful, this and that, and I just became a fan of his. He was like one that would talk to me. He would talk to me, but cool dude, man, cool dude, and he liked heavy metal.
No.
He likes heavy metal.
Yeah.
Wait, those Argentinians are different though, man. Like they come in, and I mean, can you understand the Argentinian accent?
At the beginning, I didn't, and then after you start.
It takes a while to get used to it. It takes a while.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
All I know is la concha de su madre.
And what's that tea they drink? That like
Mate.
Mate.
mate, right? They all have like the little special deal. Like Argentina.
Yeah.
I mean, Argentinians are different people because I know them from basketball, like dealing with Manu Ginobili and Luis Scola. And when I was working for Lakers on the Spanish side, they're like, okay, interview the Argentinians. I'm like, I don't know what they're saying, bro. I can't translate them because I have no clue what they're saying because they.
How would you get their attention? Hey, boludo.
I know not to say that because I worked with an Argentinian who told me, look, he would say boludo, 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 and then one day I said boludo to him. He's like, no, yo no. I'm like, wait, you're calling me that? I thought we were like homies. He's like, that's a bad word. I'm like, so why are you calling me that? He's like,
No, imagine if you call them pelotudo, because the words are pelotudo,
oh, another one?
cabezadura,
Come-
caradura. They do that. But you know what? It's funny because Lucas was a great character, and everybody knows Lucas when he was losing weight. I mean, his nutritionist will give him a lot of vegetables, and all his meals was broccoli. So he always told me, Coach, cuando como brócoli me da gas. Really? So he was training in the ring, and we're doing mitts, and then he would tell me, Coach, está fuerte el pepino. No, está bravo el pepino. And every time he said, está bravo el pepino, you gotta move. Because he will release that. And then everybody like boludo, like, because every time, even when we were in the airplane flying to Malaysia, we're in the plane and we're like three in the front and three in the back, and you're like, Coach, estaba bravo el pepino. No, Lucas, no. And there it was. I mean, sometimes, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, my eyelashes were curled. That's how bad it was. Like, Lucas, Coach.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a story on him where it tells you who the individual is. When he lost to Postol
At
the StubHub,
StubHub, I worked that fight. Yeah.
I got in the ring. I went to him. I hugged him, and he told me, "Forgive me,
No.
forgive me, discúlpame, Robert. Like I let you down. Discúlpame."
What?
That hurts because I mean you obviously wanted him to win the world title, become champion finally. He lost, but you're more concerned for that person, and for him to say disculpa. I mean, he didn't want to lose. He did, that tells you a lot about him. It's very few times that I've heard that from a fighter. Cano told me when he lost to Eric Morales, discúlpame. I let you down.
Come
I mean, you did it. You
on.
made me proud, man. You took the fight on 10-day notice, and look what you did. Now the world knows who you are. But very few fighters think of other people when they lose, and for him to say that, it tells you a lot about the individual.
Wow. Like, I remember I working that Postol Lucas. It was early on in my career. And I'm just thinking, like, this is a hell of a fight. They're just going back and forth. And I've always wondered what is being said in the corner. And I think that's going to lead me to my question. Actually, before we get to that, Coach, somebody said, ask about Lucas's cuñado brother-in-law.
Narvaez is, I mean, to me, he was one of his main factor. I mean, he was a good key factor in his team because he believes a lot in his cuñado. He was a boxer too. I don't
His
remember.
brother was a world champion.
His brother was a world champion. I think Narvaez, himself, fought for a world title here in the U.S., but he didn't win. And but he's a character, man. He's one of those guys he's very energetic. I mean, he's been through hell and back. I mean, that's why he's all broken in pieces because he had a few accidents. There was a time where he got in a fight and he was running out of this building and he gets hit by a car. And,
Shut up.
I mean, yeah, and but he's like, he'll be hit by a car thrown like 50 feet away. He'll get up, dust himself off, and keep walking. And he's one of those guys. But he has a lot of anger in himself. Driving. Watch when he fought in Vegas on the Canelo card. We rented a Suburban. We rented a big Escalade, and I'm driving the back road, and we had an accident. We had an accident on the road with Lucas and the whole team. I mean, this guy just makes a U-turn in the middle of nowhere, and I saw him, and as he pulls to the side of the road, and I go, I'm gonna pass this guy. So I went on the opposite lane just so that he won't, because I sort of saw him make an attempt of making a U-turn. So as soon as I slowed down, and as soon as I was like close to him, he decides to make a U-turn. So he hits the car and throws me off to the desert. And as soon as I get off, the problem wasn't the accident. The problem was stopping Narvaez from beating up the guy. Oh man, because he wanted to kill him. He went into a different. He snapped into a different mode, and he was like, I mean, you could tell right away that if I would have like let him, he would have destroyed the guy because he was like, this guy wanted to kill us. Like, Narvaez, he was an accident. No.
So it was a hit.
Yeah, and he goes, no, he wanted to kill us because he threw us off the road. But he's a great guy. He works really hard. Actually, he's the one right now working with
Walter Jr.
With Walter Jr. And he trains his own. He trains his own wife. He trains his own wife, Soledad.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. This is a question for me now. Piggybacking off of what Matthysse told you, what Cano told you, Roberto, what are some of the after a fight? And Coach, same thing for you, Razo, you too. After a fight, you guys go in the ring. What do you tell a fighter when they lose? And what are some of the most memorable conversations you've had? Roberto, we'll start with you.
Well, my biggest thing is obviously everybody wants to go in there and win. When they lose, it's a lonely feeling later that they're gonna have. So I try to always motivate them that, hey, keep your head up. You put on a great fight, or motivate them, because it not necessarily is over. I think the hardest conversations for me after a fight when they've lost is when I see that they've taken too much punishment now, and it's time for them to maybe consider hanging them up. But it's a hard decision to tell them, like, it's time for you to retire. Ya no sirves para esto. It's not that the way you tell them. It's for their benefit, for their own good. I've had opponents that I've told them, one of the kids that I'm real proud of right now, he came in as a fighter, had a great start to his career. But when I started seeing him getting hit too much as an opponent, and where it's over, really, I told him, look, I don't want you to get hurt. I want to keep working with you. Start bringing me fighters, and I'll help you. That way, boxing, fights. You can motivate these kids. You can still make some money. And now he's promoting, and I'm talking about Hugo Partida and Fernando Cárcamo.
Oh.
These are kids that came up, that had a moment where they did really well. And then, like everything, it starts coming to an end. Hugo Partida had his first show as a promoter last Friday. And that made me proud, because I've seen the kid transition from a top prospect in Mexico, fighting Jojo Diaz. I think he fought Julian Ramirez, fought for us a few times.
Yeah. And
then now he's promoted. Then he brought me opponents, worked with us. He's a great kid. And now he's promoting. It made me proud. Fernando Cárcamo, after I saw that, hey, you're getting a little too hurt, I told him after, I think it was Feliciano's fight or Carobian's fight, that I told him, look, that's it. I don't want to see you get hurt. Ya estuvo. But start bringing me fighters. Let's make fights. You get paid, get a percentage, do this and that. And you see that next level. But it is hard to tell them, ya estuvo. I'll never forget with Pablo Cesar Cano, telling him in the dressing room, I think it's time for you to take a break. I didn't want to say retire. After he got knocked out by Marcelino, this is a kid that always had, you're not going to knock him out. And he didn't see the punch coming, and he got knocked out in the second round. I'm thinking, okay, maybe his reaction time is slower now. He took 10 months off, and then he called me and said, please, I want another shot. He told me he was driving like a bus, a truck, delivery or something. He gained a lot of weight. And he said, I looked myself in the mirror, and Roberto, this wasn't me. I need to get back in. And he called me and said, I need another opportunity. And then he fought Matthysse, and then he fought Linares. And he's obviously, the COVID and a couple injuries have slowed down the momentum after the Linares one. But he's right now in the best moment of his career.
And then he fights Maza Ortiz.
And almost gets knocked out. I was like,
oh, man, Roberto, that was bad. I'm telling you right now, that was bad.
Oh, I told Massa after the fight. That's another kid. I told him, hey, you got a beautiful family. You got wife, kids. It's time. And that's a great kid. Look, Massa is one of those kids that they did a great job with him. He has a beautiful record on paper and stuff, but you could see he's a good kid, genuinely a good kid that maybe didn't have that extra level, that extra little rayita that he needed to get to that next level, because he was such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he had a tremendous punch, obviously. Look what he did with Cano, even at tail end of his career. But I didn't want to see him get hurt. And I think, listen, he's smart enough that, there's some fighters that, you don't want to give me a shot no more. I'm done. I'm going somewhere else and keep fighting. But Massa is one of those kids that I think we won't see again, because, he's smart. He has a family. And it's almost like he fulfilled what he wanted. He wanted to fight.
Yeah. I think he opened his own. He has his own gym, and he does classes. So he's still active. He trains people. He's still there.
That's Coach. What do you tell a kid after they lose?
Well, look, as a coach, like I told you before, you are the man that's supposed to ignore everything and show a different face. I mean, I've seen a lot of kids. I've seen a lot of kids. Even though it bothers me, you have to be the strong one. You have to be the strong member of the team to let them understand. Hey, you know what? Hey, it's over. Hey, there's nothing you can do about it. Shake it off. Let's go, man. Hey, you're good. You're healthy. Hey, let's walk away. We'll come back again. I mean, there's times in which you have to tell them, hey, you know what? Maybe this is a sign where, hey, this is over, man. You know, think about it. You know, talk to your family and, you know, make the right decision. But honestly, I think this is it. You know, but you have to break it down to them. You know, but most of all, you have to be supportive. Like Roberto says, sometimes you can't just be hard on them. You have to give them the support. Remember, they just lost. Their feelings at that moment are like, man, they're destroyed. They're on the ground. They're on the floor because they lost the fight. So you can't just be hard on them. And once they're on the floor, don't step on them. You have to try to get their motivation up. Hey, you know what? Hey, it's okay, man. Hey, no pasó nada, man. This guy, I mean, it was a bad night, or, you know, this guy's strong, or whatever, you know. You put up a great fight. You know, you put up a great show. You lost, but you didn't get knocked out. You know, hey, I mean, going back to Pacquiao Bradley, you know, to me, like, hey, you know what? This guy didn't knock you out. He was knocking everybody out. You know, you won 12 rounds with the best fighter in the era. You know, hey, no problem. Just walk away. And those are the things that us as trainers supposed to know. I mean, you can't just. I mean, I've seen the saddest things in boxing, where I've worked corners with fighters that I'm just a cut man, and they lose, and they get beat up, and we go to the dressing room, and it's just him and I, and I'm not even his coach. And then all of a sudden, not even his trainer comes, his manager, or his promoter. It's just me and him. And then take off his wraps, and he's like, hey, where's everybody? I don't know. Walk out and go to the hotel, me and him. Everybody else is over there just enjoying their time. It's sad. It's sad because, I mean, this sport is brutal. Yeah. It's brutal depending on how you take it. There's people that, I mean, once fighters lose, they're not even there for you no more. Hey, you're done. But there's people that really do have that mentality and that support where, hey, you know what? No pasó nada, mijo. Hey, no pasó nada. We'll go back and we'll restart again, and we'll come back stronger. Hey, esta noche is not your night. Let's move forward. Vámonos. And you just give them a little bit more life, you know, motivation. You can't just throw them in the dumpster like that, because I've seen it, and it's sad that they don't even come around. And I've always said, you know, I mean, when you're winning, everybody's right there. And when you lose,
you know that reminds. I got two quick stories.
No, go ahead. I got half a bottle, so there's no need for quick stories.
Many years ago, anybody that grew up watching, you know, Julio Cesar Chavez, every time he won, his after parties, you know, he stayed off the strip. He stayed in a place called the Alexis Park Resort. This is right across from the Hard Rock. It's like apartments, kitchen and everything. And I guess he stayed there because the whole team had like a, you know, their own little room or apartment and kitchen, and plus it's away from the strip, so where he could be around and people probably didn't know him. He fought, and I don't know if this fight was in Vegas. I don't even think this fight was in Vegas. But he fought Willie Weiss. And every time Julio fought and won, the parties would go on till a couple days. You know, all people, even people that didn't know him, would show up and just hang out and drink and party. And his rooms were just full of people. When he lost to Willie Weiss, I wasn't there, but I called, and a couple of his people told me that he was upset because that day that he lost, he was alone. And I think that people left him alone just to give him his time, his space, his, you know, he's upset, he's grieving, pobrecito. But that's when they should be with him more.
Wait, who's this, Roberto?
Because Julio Cesar Chavez,
okay.
Papa, Jr.
Against Willie Weiss.
I believe he fought Willie Weiss.
Okay.
And the story was that he was so upset because he said, when I win, everybody's here partying with me. And today that I lost, Nobody's here. Nobody's here.
It was at the Hilton
And he was
Hotel,
alone.
1999. Las Vegas Hilton Hotel.
It was Las Vegas. Okay. Yeah. Finito Lopez was on the
Finito
card.
Lopez.
A couple people told me that he was very upset because everybody disappeared and went and did their own thing.
It was Finito Lopez, Tonio Tarver, Christy Martin was also at the card. At the Hilton Hotel. Don King Promotions.
So it's like Joel says, it's a very lonely world when they lose. You know, he said it right now that he was the only one with the fighter when he was a cutman and the whole team disappeared. Everybody wants to be with a winner. You know, and when they lose, oh, let's go on to the next side, or they go to the other fighters after party or something. But that's when you need to be with your guy more. And going back to Lucas Matthysse, when he lost to Postol, we went to dinner after the fight. He was very down, very down. My wife, we were all having dinner. It was a lot of people. And my wife told me, hey, go talk to Lucas. He's all by himself. Everybody, you know, it wasn't the same restaurant, but he was like in a little corner by himself. And I went and sat with him. And all he said was, I want to retire. That's it. It's over. And I said, okay. If you want to retire because it's over, you don't love the sport no more, that's fine. Only you can make that decision. But if you want to retire just because of this loss, that's not right. No, because the people and this and that. And I said, no, the people love you, Lucas, because win, lose, or draw, you give it. You give it. You know, people were saying he quit, this and that. You don't know when, unless you're in the ring. He felt a pop. He felt a pop in his eye.
Yeah.
When he got hit, he felt a pop. And for a few seconds, he couldn't see. So, what would a normal person do? Well, ya estuvo. I'm going to be blind now.
Of course.
You know, so is it really worth? Now, people, oh man, you got to give your life in the ring. You give as much. It's a job.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a job. It's a sport. It is how you make your bread and butter. But you want to go back to your family too. Yeah. And you want to be healthy for your family. And a few seconds after, once his eyesight came back and it was like, maybe then you could say, man, I could have continued. But it's too late. It's too late.
At the moment,
But I remember that conversation with him. I'm going to retire. And I said, no. I mean, if you do, if that's your choice, no, obviously you have the choice. But don't do it because of this loss. There's fighters that lose and are still loved. There's fighters that never lose and nobody cares. They don't love them. I said, you're one of the privileged that people love you. I was so happy when he left. I mean, we had dinner, everybody left, and he flies back to Argentina. And when he arrived in Argentina, the first interviewer, the reporter, gets him, hey, what's up? What's next? What are you going to do? This and that. And he said, hey, even the greatest have lost. You know, I'm no different. I'll be back. That was already a sign of, okay, that little conversation maybe sat with him. The hours later, you know, you're very depressed at the beginning, but when you start seeing the love and the support, your friends, your team, your family, your fans, it lifts the spirit to say, you know what, I still got it. I'm telling you, right now through COVID, he sent me a message one day and he says, you know, I'm not officially retired. And I laughed and I said, no. Yo, Oscar, I'm ready. I'm going to start training again. I'm going to come back. Once they get that break, look, you got to remember these guys, a lot of them have been doing it since they were 10 years old. You know, Lucas is one of those that went a little bit longer in his career because he doesn't really drink. He doesn't have that party lifestyle. Se ha cuidado.
We don't need that.
He could take that rest. He could take that rest and get that energy back or that motivation back to say, all right, let me give it another run. And now with experience and his skill, his talent, he could still do something if he wanted to. Yeah. But like I told him, only if it comes from the heart. When it's for money, when it's for this, when it's for that, it's different. It doesn't turn out the same. But when it comes back from the heart, and he's okay with money, so it's not a money thing. If we see him back one day, hey, he could make some good fights still.
Razo, make a fight. Let's go.
Send it. Do it.
Razo, you have a unique perspective because you, as the matchmaker, has to watch the first, second, third fights, the early ones where there's no crowd.
I have to watch all of them.
No, but I'm saying when I've seen it where it's sometimes me and Doug Fisher, the broadcasters, and the only other people in the building are the commission and you, Razo. And I've seen you in the ring where kids have lost at times. It happened at StubHub a couple of times where guys were supposed to win, and you're the only one in that corner. What do you say to these young kids?
It's just the way I see it, and I tell them too is, okay, like you lost. I'm like, it's how are you gonna bounce back? You don't want them to remember you for the loss. How are you gonna come back? You know, is this what you got, or come back? Perfect story was not an early fight, was when I was with Joet. When Joet lost to Stevenson, he was down, and he, like Roberto was, he's like, I'm sorry, like, no need to apologize, bro. It's like, how are we gonna bounce back from here? And dude, he bounced back. He fought beautifully in his last fight. If you guys seen that fight, and it happened with Acosta when Acosta lost to Soto.
Oh, Tito Acosta.
Tito Acosta, and he was more upset that the ref stopped him. Like, we were mad. Everybody was mad, but it's kind of like, está bien. Like, ahorita, like, it's like, what do you tell him? You did, you were in the fight. He was winning the fight. And it's just kind of like, okay, well, let's regroup and we'll come back. He came back and fought what's his name? Tabagan.
Yeah.
And KO'd him like in the 5th round or something. But those other guys, like I said, dude, it's just kind of like you want to be with them, support them, and how are you going to come back?
Yeah.
It's like, let's come back. You're better than this. Let's come back.
That's cool. Thanks for joining us.
And you bring up a good point. You bring up a good point, Razo, with Joet, because Joet loses his first fight. It's in a world title fight that he wanted so bad, not just to become champion for his reasons and everything. That fight it meant more than just the title. And where in today's world, you lose a fight and you take 2 or 3 tune-ups to get back to that road again. He was offered a tough fight. After the long layoff, after the COVID, after all this, and after his first loss, and he jumped at it. He said, yes. And it was risky because if he loses now back-to-back, he drops down from being a young prospect contender to, and I'm not going to say opponent yet, but almost like a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So it was a risky fight to take, but knowing his talent, knowing his drive, that he is motivated to become a world champion, knowing his work ethic, that he is a gym rat, and he lives, dreams, eats, sleeps, everything, boxing. It was the perfect fight to take because Mariaga is not going to move. He's not a boxer. He's going to come at you. And that was the style that would, you know what? If you can't beat this guy who's in the 30s and really, where are we at? And he lost the first 2 rounds because he was, after the loss and your first fight back. But he shut out the last 8 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Look good.
He looked good. And now, because of that risk that he took, that's why risk equals reward. I know if he would have lost, people would have said, oh, after the fact, oh, Golden Boy put him in too soon against this guy, Mariaga. But now, he's number 1 in the world. He's waiting for the champion now. He's waiting for that title to be done, for the vacant title between Villa and Navarrete. And he'll be the mandatory for whoever wins. So he's back in that mix.
That's
where he could have taken a year to get there.
Shout out to Joet Gonzalez, who told me and Razo today that he wants to start golfing next week. So we're gonna have to do a Golden Boy. But Roberto, is it better for him to say I want to golf or I want to go drink with you guys?
Well, as long as he doesn't drink with you guys,
The thing is that golfing with these guys is drinking.
No, but hey, he made some good money, right? So
I don't know what 2020 is doing, but everybody's golfing. When I saw Aldair, Joelito, everybody golf. It's starting to break my
Hey,
heart.
once again, I'm a golf influencer. They all want to be like us.
Come to the dark side, Roberto.
No, Roberto, no, you don't. Roberto,
I'd rather go to the beach in Vallarta or Cabo or
yeah, exactly.
you
And
guys golf.
thanks to everybody joining us on ThursDIAZ. If you're checking in right now, like Mr. Boxing Guru, of course, go check out Sal. If you guys need anything Adidas related, Guru will give it to you for free. So go and listen to his podcast. Everybody checking in. If you guys are wondering what's going on, Roberto is in Puerto Vallarta at the house that they shot Narcos in. That's why he's so dark. So he's out there. Chicano Golf, our friend Joe Ash is checking in right now. Joe, what's going on? Grew up in East LA. Chicano Golf. We got to get some koozies for Razo. Ricky Romero. Ricky Romero checking in, our good friend from East LA. Ricky took our fucking money today, Coach. Now I'm starting to cuss. Dude, enfermo gambling today. We had a double or nothing. Hey, Ricky, I didn't pay you for that. But we had double or nothing going on. There was so much crazy money going on today, Coach, that we didn't even know what the bets were. We had to stop. So that was pretty good. So
Before we teed off, we're like, let's get this straight. What we were playing for. And that's why they did it on purpose when it was my turn, bro.
No!
I was in for the money.
If Razo's around, there's gonna be bets. We were in the office one day. Coach, check this out. Joelito got caught up in this.
No.
We were in the office one day.
No. Robert, you weren't at the office. You were on the sidewalk. There's no way you would gamble in your office.
No. We were in the office. We were slow. Yeah. But Razo says.
We're gonna go to the.
Razo says, "Hey, let's bet." He's always trying to make a buck off all of us, and we're like, "Okay, what are we gonna bet?" He gathered a group. Little by little, that group started growing and growing and growing, and he takes us to the corner of the sidewalk. You're right. He takes us to the corner and says, "Okay, everybody pick a number." We all pick numbers. The next license plate on the next car that drives by, whatever number that is, that's who wins.
The last number.
And he hustled us. He started taking our money.
Wait, what? Razo, explain this game.
So he says, pick a number. Beto, pick a number. You say 2. Coach, pick a number. You say 3. Robert, pick a number. I say 5. The next car that drives by with the last number on the license plate, with either of those numbers, that's who wins.
That's not gambling. That's enferma. Oh, that's terrible.
That is so bad. That is so bad. That's addiction. That's addiction.
I'm gonna be a team player because that idea that come from me. But I support my patron.
So okay. But little by little, the group started growing. Marco, Pelayo, Devin, everybody started getting Joelito.
How much to get in?
Carlita, $20 a person.
No, so if you have,
$20 a pop.
That's a lot of money.
Hey, when you have 5 or 6 people betting on a number and you win, you're taking 80, 100
so you're
bucks, and then
standing on the
people
corner.
rematch.
You're standing on the corner and you're looking at a car drive by.
Oh,
Yeah.
before you get to the corner, it's like, all right, pick a number. Okay, and then we say when we get to the corner, the light is red. When it turns green, the first car you see pass by, the last number. And Roberto hustled those that time, bro, because he must have did a Google search or something that number 6 is the most number in a license plate.
No. So it was a little bit of a hustle, right? Many years ago, I read that Michael Jordan, who loves to bet, was betting on license plates. So that stuck to me. Okay. Most of the time, the license plate number at the end is an odd number. So I didn't tell my little gurus here. I just told them, let's pick a numbers. And we went, and I would always pick 3 or 5. An odd number. And most of the time, I was winning.
This is...
Hustle.
¿Quién no tiene trabajo?
You guys got hustle.
It was slow that day. It was a little break.
Yeah. But
Why
you know
work
what?
if you're making money on a number on the license plate?
This is bad. This is...
Oh, you know what it is, Beto? It's like Marco says. Esas son cosas del diablo.
Juegos del diablo.
No, but I was trying to hustle. Like,
But
yeah,
this
I was
is...
walking around with dice. We started playing that left, center, right. You could ask Talia about left, center, right. That one, we had The whole office.
Maria.
Maria
Maria
played
played
the
it?
center, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
Razo, would you ever play?
Left, center, right.
Okay, here, Razo, I got
Left, center, right.
Razo, I got something in my hand. Which hand is it? $50.
Okay, you better have something because if you don't have something, you're gonna owe
You would really play a game like that?
if you had something in your hand.
You are sick, bro.
Sí, mentiroso. Pero cuando
He got you, Beto. He got you now.
I'm like, let's do it. Ricky Romero's the one that gets me going, though, bro, because he's the one that. All right, come on, Roz. And we started betting $1 a hole and $2.
Yeah, wait.
And then it went to $5, and then now we're playing $10.
When did it become $10?
And then it went to 20, and then we were going double or nothing.
Dude, Razo, I swear to you today, we had double or nothing. It was $80 on the line for one shot today.
It would have been one, yeah.
Yeah, and I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I got 100 in my wallet right now. Let's go. And then I realized, what the fuck am I doing? I got tuition to pay for. No, this is not right. I'm collecting unemployment. I should not be betting $100 with a fucking millionaire. Like, there's no reason for this.
Oh, yeah. Dude, ¿quién ganó?
The fucking millionaire.
The Richard get rich, bro.
Come on.
Oh my
You
god.
remember? You forgot the time we were playing poker right here, man.
Oh, I know. I did not sit down on purpose.
Who won the whole money?
It was
Eric P.
Eric P, yeah.
The guy with the money. Money
Pero-
follows, dude.
Pero I have beaten them for money and stuff. So,
Fuck
yeah, so Ricky's like, where's my money? Ricky, let me tell you a story about Ricky. It's about a 2-3 foot putt, right? And Ricky's ready to putt this for a birdie, I think it was.
There was money on the line though. There was money on the line. He has to get a birdie.
So I'm talking to him, and Ricky tells me, "Come on, bro. You know I pitched in front of 50,000 at Yankee Stadium and blah blah blah, this and that." And I was like, "This ain't Yankee Stadium, homie.
This is
You're in the
Montebello."
hood. You're in Montebello. And guess what happened, brother? He made wide left. I love Ricky. Ricky's a good guy. You know what? Ricky's a humble dude, man.
Yeah.
He's made his money, and he's from East LA, bro. He grew up right a block next to me. So
Did you know him? Did you know him growing up?
No, he's younger.
Or you just met him?
I heard of he graduated like in 2002, which is like 20 years after I did.
Yeah.
But I heard about him when he was going through high school and all that, because he literally went to my same elementary, same junior high, same high school, but then his senior year he went to Roosevelt, the rival school, because they had a better baseball program. And good for him, brother. He ended up going to Fullerton, wins the World Series, the College World Series, played with Justin Turner and their buddies, and he went on to play for Montreal.
Toronto, but whatever.
Toronto.
But it's pretty cool. But and he's also the only player from an East LA high school to ever get to the major leagues. The only one.
Correct.
And he's been to Velasco, so you know what's up. Shout out to Jeremiah.
And Roberto. He's a 49er fan, chingao.
Awesome.
Hey, I was skipping that part.
Made his day.
So I got a bet with him too. We have a bet of a head-to-head and the better record for the season. And then, so right now I'm licking my chops because I'm hoping the Niners.
You got one game on us, man.
It's okay. Well, let's see how they bounce back with the injuries.
Yeah, right now it's not looking good. Hey, I wanna go back to a little bit real quick on
How much one I got left?
the fighters.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you tell the fighter once they lose? And Ronnie Rios is a great example. You know, Ronnie Rios gets stopped, sent to the hospital with a concussion after his fight with Castellanos.
In Indio.
First loss.
Undefeated, yeah. I worked.
In Indio.
Myself and Jessica Rosales worked that show.
Comes back, has a little run, wins some fights, and headlines back home at the hangar against Azat.
Mm-hmm.
Gets knocked out.
Bad.
Him and his trained manager, Hector, and I talk, and it's like we don't want to see him become an opponent. So we pretty much, without telling him, hey, it's time to retire, guide him towards maybe that's it. And I talked to Hector, and I'm like, I don't want to see him an opponent, and just, you know, the money gets lower, and lower, which he lost, and he takes some time off, goes out to the world and becomes, he has a wife, and I don't think the baby was born yet, or the baby was a few months old, and he starts working it, and that passion, or he's missing the sport again. I think Ronnie was out for like 10 months. And the drive, that hunger comes back. And he comes back one day and tells Hector, you know what? I want to try this one more time. Today, Ronnie, not the undefeated one, the one with the losses, the older Ronnie, the more mature, is a better fighter. And we've talked about this in past episodes, that it's not the undefeated one. It's the one that learns now the experienced one. Ronnie's on the verge of fighting for a world title. Ronnie is the mandatory to Figueroa. He's the mandatory to Figueroa. Figueroa is having this Saturday a voluntary, but the winner of that fight has to fight Ronnie. Ronnie's next fight is probably going to be for an interim world title. But once he's in the best stage of his career after almost being a retired fighter and a name that probably nobody would have known. Mm-hmm. But he came back, did that extra thing. He drives the young kids now, because he's like, no, we got to run an extra mile and we got to train. And he calls Coach Hector and like, hey, I got this plan, I got this strategy. Can we go work it out? Can we do this combination? And it's now that extra spark that sometimes they need. Once they touch bottom and they taste it, sometimes it does them good.
It's a different world. You gotta get beat up literally and then come back and bounce. And like, how many guys have we seen where they lose for the first time, we never hear from them again? Yeah. Or it is. All right, Rafa, saludos to your son. It's his 7th birthday today, so he's checking out. There it is.
Happy birthday.
Daniel Ramirez, who's just watching us right now, he's complaining that Roberto has no light. And I was like, Roberto's in Puerto Vallarta. He says, there's no light in Mexico. Like, tonight we're getting all these little fucking trolls, like, for some reason. So, Daniel, think about this. We're in a pandemic, and Roberto said, fuck it. I'm going to go to Puerto Vallarta and hang out in the house where they shoot Narcos. Yep. I don't care about his light. We have Roberto. That's all that matters.
His house is beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could. No.
Chingasu. Right now. People are gonna know where you're at now. We can't have that.
Yeah, that's how they caught Caro Quintero, because he was showing off.
See that house right there? I don't know if you could see it. See that part? That's where he was dancing, and then
and a great scene.
The windows and
great scene.
Get him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Roberto, show us the balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best scene. Yeah.
That scene in Narcos Mexico.
Walk around the house so we can see it.
Yeah, just so everybody can stop complaining about no light. Jeez. Meanwhile, me and Roz are in the garage and we play.
Go to the bar. I'm gonna take you guys to the bar.
Go ahead, Roberto.
You guys want to see the bar?
You know what? Fuck it. I got nothing else to do. Go ahead. Go for it. Right now, rate, review. Let us know. This show is off the rails. It's been off the rails since we started. Razo's here.
Let me show you my garage.
Wait, are you underneath? What is that thing called? A papala or whatever that chingadera is called? Damn, I'm buzzed now.
What?
Hey, I just realized how much wine have I had? Oh shit! All right. Oh, look, Roberto has a light. What the hell's going on here?
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. Oh, but he froze.
Is that tequila?
No, yeah, it is tequila.
We're gonna lose it.
Oh, but he froze.
We're gonna lose the service.
He's gonna lose the service. See, because that one guy complained about the light, we're gonna lose Roberto now.
Oh, leave Daniel. Daniel. I know Daniel. I haven't seen him in years.
No, I know who it is. I know it's one of your buddies. That's why I said it like that. I'm waiting for you to defend him, Razo. You didn't even want to defend him.
If they call me Javi, that's like way back elementary days.
I know, Razo. That's why I said it. I was waiting for you to defend your friends, but you didn't come through. We don't.
So this is the living room right here. Where if you put on the episode, he's dancing and they're having a good time, listening to music. And then they broke the windows that we have open right now. And they arrest him.
I'm going to go back and watch it again now.
The house is amazing. It's great, beautiful.
It's a palapa. That's right. It's a palapa. Whatever. 2 more drinks in me. There you go. And as always, thanks to everybody from Razo's world, the Razo Dog followers. Appreciate you guys checking in. Damn, Daniel Ramirez coming in strong right there. I didn't know production quality was such low standard. It is. I'm in a garage. Razo's in a garage. What do you expect? This is a free show, bro. Like, I got T-shirts behind me. What do you want? The 3 knockdown rule with Steve Kim and Mario Lopez in front of the iHeart Studios? Calmado, mijo. This is free, bro. I got a free shirt from Sure High. ¿Qué más quieren? Free shirt right here. All right, as we wrap it up, Coach, there was a good question that came in. I forget who asked it. See, we lost Roberto's hotspot. How do you deal with a fighter who's young, who is starting to feel himself, como que le está subiendo a little bit? How do you keep him and tell him, hey, you're not a world champion. Hey, you haven't made the money. Hey, yeah, you're undefeated, but you haven't fought anybody elite yet. How do you keep those guys without the head getting too big?
I'm very straight with them, honestly. I put them in spots, and I tell them straight out. Because you know what? This is what happens. There's fighters, they're coming up, and obviously, those are the fighters that are already signed with a promotion, and they had a great amateur career, and they come to you, and they walk around like they're already the big thing, you know? They're already world champions without even traveling the road. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell them, hey, you know what? You're not even close. You know, hey, just keep yourself down. And they try to come into the gym, and then, hey, can you wrap my hands? Hey, no, you wrap them yourself. You know? I mean, there's a lot of things, you know. Obviously, they overdo it. They know how to do things themselves. They come in, they drop their bags, and they want you to be moving them or cleaning them after you. And like, hey, you put your bag over there. Hey, where's your towel? Where's your this? You know, you have to humble them down a little bit, because later on it's hard on them. You gotta make them realize that it's a long path that you have to walk. It's not like just because you already signed with a promotion and you are a fighter that they're looking forward to see as a good prospect, that doesn't mean you're there yet. You still have a long ways. So dealing with them in the gym is, to me, the most important. I deal with them at the gym, and I tell them straight up. So humble them down a little bit, make sure that they heads on their shoulders, their feet on the ground, and just make them let them understand that it's not an easy path. There's still a lot to go through, and they do. You know, I've had a few that they come to me and they think they are. No, hey, you gotta make them realize that, hey, it's not an easy road, and there's still quite a bit of miles to cover. You know, and they understand. But at first, it's a little hard, because there's some that are, you know, remember, every mind is different. Every mind's a different world, and there's fighters that they think they're the best, and nobody can stop them. You know, I used to train a kid, and when he left me, he was 3-0, and he came from North Carolina, tall kid, very technical, and he would say that he will never lose. I go, don't say that. He goes, nope. Hey, if you keep being cocky, you're gonna get knocked out. He goes, Coach, the day I get knocked out, that's the day Jesus coming to the earth. All right. You know? And hey, when he got knocked out, I was like, oh, where's Jesus? I don't see Jesus, because he did get knocked out, you know? And that was after he left. You know?
Who was that coach?
His name was Darius Irvin.
El Morenito.
El Morenito, yeah.
I remember that little coach.
Yeah, remember? He would tell, I go, hey, I would tell him, hey, don't be cocky, get in there. He will get in the ring and spar, and he'll be like, flap. You know, at one time, actually, in his first fight, I'm working with him. It was in a Thompson show, and he's winning the fight. And it was like towards the end of the last round. He sits down, and I'm in front of him, giving instruction, and he tells me like this. He tells me to move, and he tells referee Reeves. He says, hey, Reeves, hey, take care of this boy, because I'm coming strong. I go, shut up. You know, he's talking to the ref. Well, you know, I sit him down, and I'm giving him instructions. Is going into the 4th round. So he moves me to the side, and he tells Jack Reeves. He goes, hey, Jack, hey, protect this kid, because I'm going all out on this one.
Oh my
I
God.
go, shut up. He goes, I'm letting him know. I'm letting him know. He needs to protect this kid. I'm gonna hurt him. So we come back to the gym, and I tell him, you can't be cocky. He goes, Coach, I'm telling you, I ain't losing. I go, one day you will. He goes, Coach, I'm telling you. And then Antonio will tell him, you're going to get knocked out. He goes, Believe me, the day I get knocked out is the day Jesus coming to earth. And
Jeez.
when he got knocked out, I never saw Jesus. But that's the type of thing that every day you have to deal with. Like I said, every mind's a different world, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being confident, but there's
Confident.
confident.
But you gotta stay humble.
Yeah, but
You gotta stay humble. That's the key. You gotta stay humble.
Gotta stay humble.
Roberto and Razo, how do you guys deal with that? With kids who, like, let's just say they're 5-0 and they're like, I deserve more.
I let Roberto handle it.
Cabrón. Yeah, he probably tells him, call Roberto. He'll tell you.
Es que lo que pasa.
Excuse me, I'm just a matchmaker.
Lo que pasa es que la banda está borracha.
Lo que pasa es que Roberto's straight out with him. Roberto doesn't hold back. He tells him,
Yeah, I can't. I mean, that's
You know what? That's the thing. I'm straight out. I don't like.
Razo.
I love the beauty of our sport is it creates dreams, makes dreams come true. That's the beauty of our sport. Makes dreams come true. Makes a kid from a barrio, from the hood, from the ghetto, become an idol, become a millionaire, become a role model. It's unfortunate that through the process, there's ups and downs, and it's all new. They learn. A lot of times they learn from their mistakes, but there's something that is a fact. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And for them to lose ground sometimes, it's not if, it's when. Some lose ground way before they made it, like Coach was saying. Some lose ground once they made it. They think, I already made it. Some lose ground years later after they made it. So it's not if they're going to lose it, it's when. A lot of times they change. Some, again, change earlier than others. But eventually, once they maybe lose that humbleness, a lot of them come back after that lessons learned and become humble again. And what is it learned? What is the lesson learned? Once they lose and they see all those como se dicen, vultures, that they were always hanging around just because they were winning. Like we were mentioning earlier, when Chavez was winning, he had all these people at the party, after the party, and when he lost, he was alone. That's when it turns on a little light and says, you know what, the only people that are always with me were the ones that were with me from the beginning when I was nobody, or my family, or those close ones. And that's when they wake up and realize, you know what, that's where I got to go back. And sometimes that's when they become the better fighter.
It's truly true. Flavio Favila, enough about Ryan Garcia. Flavio, if you've watched this show, you know. Look, I'll tell you this right now, Flavio. You've heard us say people's names. If we're going to talk about somebody's name, we're going to say their name. What do the kids say? At me, bro. Like, we're going to at him. We're going to say, we're not talking about Ryan. We're talking about fighters in general. And it's because, look, I don't call the main events. I call the kids who are young. So I've seen the Nick Arces. I've seen the Camarones where they'll lose and you never see them again. And you're like, who? What? Exactly. The guys who are like beating up the guys that Hugo Partidas bring in, and you're like, once they step into like a little bit of a deeper water, they don't return, but they're the ones demanding a lot of stuff. Because if I'll show you some of the DMs I got, Flavio, that fighters are like, hey man, can you promote this? I did this today. I did that today. I'm like, bro, I'm an announcer. I'm not a promoter. Call your promoter and have them do that. Have your manager do that. Like, I'm not going to go and tag you on something so you can get more followers. So that's my own little rant for right there. So it's nothing against Ryan. I'm a big fan of Ryan Garcia. That kid's fucking talented, man. Really big fan of his.
Absolutely.
And he'll be fighting really soon. All right, so there it is. All right. Yeah, we're done. It's 2 hours. Ya estamos. Robbie's in Puerto Vallarta with a big old cigar. Razo still hasn't taken a shower from playing golf today.
Go take a shower right now, brother.
Coach has to wake up tomorrow morning and go drop concrete or something. What are you doing tomorrow, Coach?
All right, I'm going to tell you a little story.
And there you go. I'm going to send it.
No.
Send it.
Check it out. I'm training. I'm training at Cub Swanson's gym, right? And there's new buildings there, and you rent the buildings. So the last couple of days, as I'm driving there, I see that there's a remodel going on, and I go, I've been wanting to see what's going on in there, and I go, man, these guys are remodeling this building, and it's brand new. Everything is brand new, so they're taking everything off. So I'm in the gym and I'm working. I'm looking outside. Maybe I see somebody, and then I walk by there and I see the guys over there tearing everything up. And these buildings are maybe like 2 years old. They're new, everything, yeah. And they rent them out, and then people leave, and then they rent them out again. So I wanted to run into somebody that was working in there. So finally, as I'm driving out, I tell the guy, hey, you guys do remodels? Yeah. He says, man, I'm working on a building, and this building I'm starting from scratch. I'm not doing, from nothing. This building, it was just a building, and it was burnt, and I'm building. They took everything. They took the wiring, lighting, everything. I don't have anything. So right now I'm starting from scratch. He goes, when I see that you guys are, doing this remodel, you guys are tearing up everything, and I see that he has everything from the bathrooms, from sinks to toilets, brand new, everything. He goes, yeah. And how about he's taking out all the lights, a bunch of lights, like maybe 20 lights. They were really nice, in boxes. And I said, hey, so what are you gonna do with all that stuff? And he goes, we're gonna toss it. I go, hey, I'll buy it off you. He goes, no, talk to my boss. So he gave me his card. I called his boss and I said, hey, my name is Juan Diaz, and I tell him what I was doing. And he goes, yeah, I know you. He goes, I grew up with this guy. They grew up with you guys. As a matter of fact, I think you trained his brother. Yeah. I go, well, look, I'm doing a project, and right now I'm moving forward, and I see that on the remodel, you removed a lot of nice lights. Goes, yeah, we're going to get rid of them. I go, I'll buy them off you. No, you can have them. He goes, tomorrow, park your truck and take whatever you need. He goes, all of the sinks, he goes, they're new. He goes, the people that were there, they were renting the building just for the storage on the back. They never used the front side. He goes, all the sinks, all the toilets and everything we took out because they're gonna do a building completely different. They're gonna remodel it different. He goes, whatever you need, tomorrow park your truck. I go, okay, that sounds great. So I call Antonio. Hey Antonio, tomorrow morning at 7, I'll meet you at the building. Bring a trailer. We're taking a bunch of lights and stuff. So it was great. Like I said, it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
You're right.
I was like, man, I'm gonna ask this guy what he's gonna do with all those lights, because those lights, they're like 20 lights, and they're square, and they fit perfectly in between the joists on the ceiling of the building. So I go, man, there's like 20 lights. I can, distribute them around the building to get, because they're gonna start putting wire. They're gonna start wiring.
Coach, when can that gym be open?
Well, look, right now, after all this went through with the city, because what holds me back a lot is because I do something and I have to call inspection.
Yeah.
And the office, the city hall is closed.
Yeah, it has like steps.
Yeah. Like,
wait, you're Joel Diaz.
Yes, but they don't give a shit.
No, but wait, that's when you got to call Lee Espinoza and be like, hey, let's go, Lee. Come on.
No, but Lee has control in Coachella. And we're in Indio.
What about Toño?
Antonio has no control. Look, so the thing is this, since everything's closed, like they told me, okay, you require 2 handicap parking. You require 2 bathrooms with handicap. So we did this, and as soon as it's done, when they form it, they have to come and make sure that the grade is right, the measuring is right. Okay, and then they come and they pour the cement, and then they come and inspect it. So for every inspection, I have to make a call, and they give me an appointment.
And then you have to wait till they inspect it and clear it.
Yes.
So that could be a week or 10 days.
Yeah, it could be days. So, and now it's like they already inspected that, and now we're starting the bathrooms. In the bathrooms, after we finish, they're going to come and make sure that everything's right, inspection and everything.
Yeah, if they could go and create everything and then they come and inspect one time, the gym would have been done.
Yeah.
But it's step by step by step by step. And
believe me, Roberto, when I started working on the building 2 months ago, and I went in there like a madman. I go, hey, I called everybody. I called the plumber, the plaster guy, the cement, and I told everybody, hey, I need this done, let's go. And then when I called the contract, he goes, no, it's not like that. First of all, the city requires to submit the plans, and then submit them, and then they're going to tell you what you need to have it up to code. And the old plans didn't have parking. They didn't have bathrooms. They had one. So now we had to redo the plans to make those additions for the handicap, the sidewalk, the bathrooms, and then whatever else is needed, and resubmit the plans, and then they have to approve them. And then the city is requiring, now we need a structure engineer to make sure that the structure is fine. And then, we got to call this guy. We got this guy for next Tuesday. And it's barely Thursday. So everything's like that. But now that all that thing is going, everything else is cosmetic, like the plaster, the roofing, the air conditioning. Everything's gonna move faster now.
All right. So Golden Boy has a show October 30th in Indio. Can we do ThursDIAZ from there?
Yes, sir.
The gym will be open.
You'll be in the bubble, cabron.
Hey,
how am I in
the bubble?
But the way my career's going, I'm not even working, so I'll be in Indio. I'm gonna be on the caballo.
Will be in the bubble.
I'm gonna do ThursDIAZ.
You'll be in the bubble. Coach will be in the bubble. Coach will be in the bubble. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, we have breaking news.
Bubble.
We haven't announced the undercard, but I'll tell you what, Coach will be in the bubble.
Aye.
See?
I'll give you a little to everybody listening.
Hold on. Let me do exclusive.
The bully's back. The bully's back.
Oh.
Absolutely. The bully's back.
That's good news. So, we're gonna be busy.
So I know we'll do Thursday Friday.
No.
After the fight.
The fight's on Friday.
No, okay.
The fight's on Friday, no?
No.
Yeah, but I'm saying after the fight.
When we get out of the bubble on Friday night.
El Chivo.
Chivo.
Could we do my birthday in October finally?
Let's do it.
Because I don't plan on working that one. So I got to go to Thompson on Sunday. So let's go. All right. So ThursDIAZ Halloween edition will be from Coachella Valley. Disclosed location. And I'm going to go hang out with my buddy, the Beck the Bully. All right. Cool. Eddie Aguilera. No, it's not Diego, fool. He just said Beck the Bully. Come on, Eddie.
What did he say? What did Eddie say?
He's a Diego De Loya. Like, no. It's a Beck the Bully.
Diego.
Beck the Bully. All right. Roberto, who is the main event on October 30th?
Jaime Munguia against Turiano Johnson. You know what? For the fans out there, don't miss the fight. I'm not promoting it because, we're promoting a show. No. It's a fight. It's a real fight. It's a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's seen Munguia likes to mix it up. Turiano likes to mix it up. I'm expecting a very, very, very good fight. Turiano knows this is his chance at stardom. Munguia wants to make a move in the 160 division for the bigger fights. This could turn out to be one of the best fights. Toe-to-toe action, blood and guts. I mean, this is going to be a great fight. And the undercard will announce very soon. I think the fans will be very happy. I'm working on some very exciting things. We are working on some very exciting things to announce very soon, and it's going to be exciting for the fans. I'm glad to be back, and let's do what we do.
Roberto, since nobody's watching us right now because everybody dropped off, just tell me and Razo what's going on.
Nobody's watching?
No, I cut everybody off. So nobody's watching. I blocked everybody. So just me and Razo. So who's going to fight?
No, si
Really?
No.
You almost got me.
I know.
I got you right.
Yeah, Fino.
There's a fight that I want to announce so bad.
Yeah?
There's a fight that I want to announce so bad on that undercard.
Toño against who? Toño against who?
Esperamos.
Tonio against Razo.
Oh, there it is. See,
I got my money on Razo. Send it.
Yeah.
For the Thursday spot.
Hey! Fino Boxing was about to get an exclusive right there. All right, so there you go. All right, there we go. So we will see you guys later. We'll see you again next week. The arrival of Toño Diaz. Next Thursday. Okay. Now, you know what's going to happen. All week long, Toño's going to be talking about it. He's going to be asking questions. Do I need headphones?
He's telling all his little fighters, all the
little kids,
little amateurs that he trained.
Yeah,
he's going to tell them to get the click view.
You know what? We're going to have a curfew because those kids got to sleep by 9, right? So that Toño's got to figure out where he's going to set up his computer. He's got to figure out his backdrop. I bet you Toño's going to show up with like a big old picture behind him of him fighting, like a big mural. Oh yeah.
Probably his wedding picture.
Hey, is Toño gonna run this week to try to lose some weight?
Tonio's gonna start cutting weight. You know what? You're a genius because you are a genius. I was thinking about that. Knowing Tonio, he's gonna start cutting weight to be on the show next week.
He is.
He won't.
No,
He'll try it one day and then he'll say, nah, está bien, no aguanta nada.
I'm not fighting.
Hey, but the thing is, because I'm in control, I can zoom in on him. I can get all kinds of faces. Notice how I'm super far away. So from here, I have one chin. Once I zoom in, I got 3-4. So there's no. I can get in on Tonio. We can make Tonio look like a heavyweight or a lightweight. There's all kinds of good stuff.
Okay, can you make me look like a lightweight? Because I'm a little.
Hey, right now, Razo, you're sexy, bro. You're a middleweight, bro. You and Munguia, same class.
Shit, I wish.
All right, so Razo, thank you very much.
Roberto, wait, Roberto, before we
Wait, hold on. Razo's got his own announcements.
No.
Razo always has his own
I
fucking
don't have an
announcement.
I don't have an announcement. It's a request. Since he's in Vallarta, you know, you have room for a little extra botella of 1942. Just put it in your bag, because there's no 1942 over here right now.
are you serious?
What?
Nope, there's none here,
No
Roberto.
1942 over here.
The only one that has them is me.
What do you mean?
I went to the big liquor store and there's none.
Oh, you know what?
Go to Bevmo,
You're
fool.
right. You are right.
Not where I've been to. I've been to a couple.
Razo, get the
You're
hell
right,
out of
you're
East
right.
LA for once.
Carla's cousin the other day wanted some. They looked everywhere. Bevmo, they looked every. No hay.
¿A poco?
So she has family that's taking it from here. You're absolutely right. Oh yeah, I'll take you one. No problem.
Razo.
Mira este cabrón, mira. fucking
Mira.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Pero what que said, acaban de subir de precio since we know that there no hay.
Hey,
Six.
maldita
¿A qué hora
pobreza.
llegan las luces mañana?
Maldita
I'll go
pobreza.
install light.
Maldita. Oh my God, maldita pobreza deluxe.
Hey, you guys don't have 1942? And look, I got 2 here and I got 6 over there. But they double the price.
I just want one. I just need one.
Pero it just
Razo.
doubled the price though because como no hay.
Don't look anywhere. Ahorita nomás subió de precio un poquito, como el doble, pero hey, así es.
El doble.
Send it.
Oh man, it's always another great show. Thank you guys so much. Rate, review, let us know if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify. We appreciate it. Leave a review. Let us know what's going on and share with your friends. Once again, it's a not your traditional boxing show. It's La Pura Plática, the great stories. Razo, thank you very much for joining us. Roberto, thanks for getting that hot spot from the Narcos Villa. We will see you next week. If you have an opportunity, I'm going to be on Sunday on CBS2 next to Jim Hill. I'll be from the SoFi Stadium. I think the Chargers are playing, so I'll be there afterwards. Around 4:30, I'm going to be looking all clean. My makeup's going to be looking all right. And then you can also check out my Living the Dream podcast. I did a really good one with Mireya Villarreal. She's a CBS.
I saw a little clip. It was really good. Huh?
Dude, she is. I've never met her, but she's really, really good. Feisty and was a shit talker, man, like in a good way. She's from the Valley, Rio Grande Valley. She was good. She's the only.
What does her son do?
He's 5 years old, but he looks like a little model. That's what he's doing. So the kid is 5 years old. He's cool, but Mireya is the only Latina news reporter on the CBS national level. So she quit.
Awesome.
She quit law school. She talked about it, about that stuff, about just chasing your dream, and that's all we do. So, Jeanette Gonzalez, as always, thank you, Jeanette. You're the best. Love you. Appreciate everything you do. Marco Favela, the support. Everybody, rate, review. Beto, East LA, everybody else. And next Thursday, we will be back, ThursDIAZ, and it'll be the debut of Tonio Diaz. Remember, he has 10 minutes to be good.
He has to wear his trunks. His fight trunks and roll.
Hey, his introduction is gonna be shadowboxing watch, like Razo. It's gonna be bing, bing, pow, pow.
Hey, you know what we're going to do? Because I control the way that everybody looks at the show. I'm going to talk. You're going to talk. Everybody's going to talk. And we're just going to have Tonio waiting. And so Tonio might get brought in immediately. Tonio might get brought in an hour later. He might get brought in 2 hours later.
Okay.
He's going to be a swing bout. Because if our Plática is really good, he might not.
Yeah, he's a swing bout. He might not show.
He might not make TV. Hey, he's a walkout bout, right?
He's gonna be like Razo the first day like this.
Oh yeah, Razo. No, the first time Razo came on, that was Javier. Yes, everybody. Javi. There you go, Javi. And thanks to Razo for bringing all his friends. All right, so another edition of ThursDIAZ. Thank you guys so much. We've been doing this since March.
Hey, for all the fans listening, tune into The Zone. If they don't have it, order it. Watch it tomorrow. The return of La Leyenda, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and Travieso Arce, #3. Tomorrow, it's on The Zone.
They're showing it?
And then October, yeah, they're fighting in Tijuana. It's for a great cause. And they already get that. They'll get the October 30th, Munguia against Toriano Johnson. So watch tomorrow on The Zone. Chavez against Travieso.
Yeah, I saw that they were doing an exhibition. So that's on.
It's an exhibition.
But it's on The Zone.
Yeah. It's on The Zone.
That's cool.
They'll be able to watch it if they subscribe to The Zone or they have the app.
Yeah.
And then they also get to see Chavez Jr. back against Cáceres. That's a fight. That's not an exhibition. So tune in. Watch Chavez Sr. once again in the ring.
Hey, Chavez Sr., who is he? 55, 56? He still looks good. He looks good, man.
He looks great. Looks great.
All right, so good night to everybody. Buenas noches, everybody. Thank you guys so much. All of a sudden, go Rams. What about the Niners, Razo? Send it.
Roberto, saludos a todos por allá. Cuídense.
Un abrazo a todos.
Razo, igual. Buenas noches,
Take care,
Beto.
guys. Thank you.
Cuídense.